Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want take it all, standing tall. Fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through?
I think everything's in order now. Okay. So, we back. Today we're gonna be talking about, we do have some videos on the docket. We're gonna watch some videos from Black Conservative perspective, and then we're gonna watch talk about Supergirl. We're gonna talk about the GTA shit and what they're fucking doing. And yeah, we'll see. So, we're gonna start off with one of the videos from Black Conservative perspective. Oh yeah, NBA trade deadline going crazy. For all the trades and shit. Like, so much shit's happening. I can't even catch up. I know Jaylen Brown, he's with the Sixers. Yeah, he's with the Sixers. Walker Kessler with the Lakers. Kawhi's back with the Raptors, and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of stuff going on with the trade deadline recently. So not trade deadline, but the free agency. And yeah, let's continue. So we're gonna talk about some my Black perspective, and yeah, let's do this.
Now to the growing divide over what the WNBA called a flagrant foul. The Phoenix Mercury's Alyssa Thomas appears to put her fist on Caitlin Clark's throat as they scrambled for a loose ball during a game on Wednesday night. Thomas was suspended one game, but now some are coming to her defense, saying it was hard play, not a dirty play. Here's ABC's Perry Russum.
Days after the WNBA announced this apparent fist pressed against the neck of superstar Caitlin Clark warranted a suspension.
To the ground, and ooh.
Tonight, her Indiana Fever teammate Sophie Cunningham speaking out on her podcast, saying the two-time All-Star is being targeted and more needs to be done to protect her.
They're definitely targeting her, and the league and the refs do nothing to protect her.
They target her because they're jealous of her. Because let's be honest here, the WNBA hasn't gotten this popular until Caitlin Clark has arrived. That's why they're kind of mad at her.
Discussion across the league and beyond stems from this moment Wednesday night. Phoenix Mercury forward Alyssa Thomas falling on Clark, scrambling for the ball. At one point, Thomas appears to push into Clark's neck.
A hand to the neck.
Absolutely disrespectful. We have a generational talent and a WNBA superstar.
No foul was given during that game, but the WNBA reviewed the play and issued a flagrant foul against Thomas and suspended her for 1 game for recklessly making contact with her fist to the throat area. Mercury coach Nate.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no reason to have you're having a closed fist on somebody's neck. I understand, like, if your hand was like open, if her hand was open and she did that, you know what? Understandable. Maybe she fell off or whatever. But having a closed fist on somebody's neck, bro, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any logical sense. Because if you're trying to prevent yourself from like falling down, you wouldn't close your fist. You wouldn't close your hands into a fist. It doesn't make any sense. That's like when you're usually trying to catch yourself, you need to see more surface area. And if you if you're trying to prevent yourself from falling with your fake closing your hands and shit, it's gonna damage your fingers. So most logically, you have your hands open so you can catch yourself. But no, her hands are closed.
It's questioning the investigation process, saying he's disappointed with the suspension.
The goal is to clean up our game, but I do think it's important not to rely on social media screenshots. This is a slippery slope, and let's watch the whole play, the whole game.
Tibbetts standing up for Thomas, a WNBA.
Let's be honest, no one's gonna watch the whole fucking game, bro. I'm gonna be honest here. Anyone who's watching for the TV is not gonna watch the whole fucking game.
Veteran and 6-time All-Star, calling her a tough competitor, not a cheap player.
I think it will be important for the commissioner to address what she believes are important key areas of emphasis for officiating so that this doesn't continue to be like a lightning rod issue.
Clark is also known as a physical player. She has 5 technicals on the year, and she has complained about the refs. She left the game on Wednesday with a back injury. Not clear if that is tied to the foul, Lindsay.
All right.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, we got to follow up on the WNBA drama involving Caitlin Clark getting absolutely beat up and mauled by radical black lesbians who are jealous of the fact that Caitlin Clark, as a straight white girl, is dominating their league, right? They don't like it. They didn't like it the first day she got into the league. She was already basically the most valuable player in the league. They felt disrespected, again, because she's straight and white. And they openly say this, right? Like, this is an open thing. They openly say, hey, well, we don't like the fact that nobody cared about the WNBA until Caitlin Clark got into the league, right? We don't like the fact that we're finally starting to get paid when we weren't getting paid before Caitlin Clark, right? They don't like the success that the league is getting as a result of Caitlin Clark because they didn't have this success.
I don't even care. I don't even mind if they get physical because most players do that all the time. A lot of players when coming to the star players like LeBron or like Curry or some shit like that, or like Jason Tatum. The defenders usually get aggressive against them. Understandable, but like there's like limits to it. There's limits to it, shit. And again, if Alyssa Thomas was falling, she wouldn't have her hand in a closed fist. I'm just saying.
Tension before
it doesn't make sense,
right? Apparently,
because if you fall down on a closed fist, on a closed hand, it's gonna damage the joints in your fingers. So usually you have your hand spread out to catch yourself. It makes logical sense. So with her hand being closed, it doesn't really make sense. I don't know why.
Apparently, the success is better if it comes from a black lesbian, right? Not from a straight white girl. So, what we have here is Alyssa Thomas getting a whole lot of backlash from fans over the most recent incident involving what appeared to be Caitlin Clark getting punched in the throat by Alyssa Thomas. Okay, it was a very, very, very hard foul. I mean, some people would say it was dirty. I personally think that it was likely to be dirty, and I'm saying this based off the pattern that we're seeing in the league of players fouling Caitlin Clark really hard. Okay, Caitlin Clark is getting abused out there, and it's going to get to a point where Caitlin Clark is going to get seriously injured, and that basically is going to tank the league. Okay, I don't know why these black lesbians are so hell-bent on ruining a good thing that's happening to their league, but hey, it is what it is, to be honest with you.
And then they complain we don't get when they're the same ones, but obviously not just the black people, but like they're the same type of people that complain when they want to get paid more. It's like you do realize you guys are a subsidiary league, right? You guys never made profit. So until you make profit, you're not getting a boost. You're not gonna get a fucking boost and salary. That's just how it's gonna be. Like honestly, you're still making six figures, but because you're not making millions like the men are, you're getting mad. It's like obviously not. You're not gonna make fucking millions. You guys ain't that fucking profitable. Simple as that. Or entertaining. Because none of you can dunk. None of you can dribble like fucking Kyrie. None of you can fucking dunk like LeBron or freaking Zach LaVine. Like, give me a break. Of course you're not gonna get fucking paid, bro.
Now, you already know what's coming because they're getting a whole lot of backlash for this. You already know what they're going to say as a result of the backlash, which is that the backlash is racism, hate, and bigotry. Not because she punched Caitlin Clark in the throat and fans are upset and they're trying to hurt the most valuable player in the league. No, it's not that. It's racism, hate, bigotry. They just hate a black woman, right? That is what Alyssa Thomas and others are openly saying. And it's just the same old, same old. So without further ado, let's get into Alyssa Thomas reacting to the backlash that she's getting for the Caitlin Clark incident. She was suspended for it, and clearly she's not happy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
PT, what's the last week been like for you?
I'm crazy. You know, playing the game, being suspended, just the whole narrative that's being painted out there. It's unfortunate that it's come to this over basketball. A lot of us, myself included, didn't.
Well, I don't know if it's over basketball, right? I feel like people are saying that a fist to the throat is outside of basketball, right? That's not basketball. That is the actual criticism, okay? If it was just basketball, it was just a regular hard foul, I don't think people would be complaining. It's the fact that it was something that seemed to be beyond basketball. That is what people are complaining about.
Didn't even know the play took place until after you know, the game, and you know, now we're being painted as thugs and there's death threats out on us. So it's really unacceptable. It's something that needs to change in this league, and I'm just really sick and tired of it.
Have you ever experienced something like that before?
A couple years ago when we played Indy in the playoffs, same thing, but not to this extent. You know, our families are being threatened, kids are being threatened, people are sending racial slurs and all types of stuff. And, you know, there's a difference between trolling and there's a difference between hatred. And the hatred that we're experiencing over a play that honestly was a complete accident. No one even knew it happened. It's just unfortunate. But, yeah, the league has to do better in this instance.
Nate was really frustrated that the league didn't reach out to any of you guys. Did you share that frustration? What would you have told the league?
Honestly, I didn't even know I was being suspended until 10 minutes before it was put on social media. We still have yet to hear anything from Kathy. It's no surprise. You can see what's being said on social media, and yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but as usual, she remains silent, and that's unfortunate when, you know, our lives are being threatened. I think it's not even about the suspension.
Well, here's the thing. Caitlin is usually silent on most things. She just cares about playing basketball. She just cares about fucking putting out messages or bullshit. She always wants to play ball, bro. So what? You want the white lady to defend you? Come on, man. Come on.
That's what they felt was necessary in that moment, then so be it. But I think there's a lot of other plays that
Caitlin just want to play ball,
say the
man.
same about. I think the biggest thing is it's just about our safety. We're so concerned about the safety on the court, but you know, time and time again, we're having people threatening our lives, leaking addresses out there, you know, putting crazy pictures that have nothing to do with basketball. So at some point, the league needs to put a stand on it. They came out with no hate speech, but I mean, what is that going to do? At some point, you know, time and time again, players are going through this, and the league remains silent. So I'm sick and tired of it, and it's time for them to step up and have our backs in these instances.
We'll do one more.
How do you think it affects your ability to play going forward?
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. At the end of the day, it's basketball. Basketball is meant to be physical. Like I said, I didn't even know that play happened. If you watch the clip back, no one in the stands, their bench knew that it happened. But
yeah, of course, because you were surrounded by other players on the court. Of course, no one's gonna see it at first because you guys are diving for the ball. So obviously a bunch of players gonna be fucking crowding her and trying to get the ball. Obviously, people are not gonna notice it at first until you see the replay. And it's like, oh shit, what the hell? That's how most fucking like jump ball things happen like that. Of course, not gonna notice that first.
But again, that doesn't change anything of how we play basketball. Basketball is a contact sport.
Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what does she expect the WNBA to do about the so-called mean comments that she's getting, right? You're getting mean comments on the internet. People are criticizing you because they thought it was a dirty play. That happens. That's sports, right?
People didn't remember. I remember when fucking Monkeith Morris fucking elbowed Jokic and shit, and Jokic shoved the shit out of Morris, and people were talking about people are gonna be talking about that all the time, man. On any flagrant foul or some shit like that, people are gonna go at each other's throats all the time. It's the internet. What is supposed to happen? Oh, fucking blocked them or banned the internet blocked you. The WNBA blocked you because you're it's gonna fucking happen, bro. Give me a break.
That's sports. That's the nature of sports, right? What is the WNBA supposed to do? They can't control what people say online, right? Like what? Like I'm trying to figure out exactly what does she want the WNBA to do about this.
She wants them to either get blocked or them to get arrested or some shit, like fucking UK. That's what she wants them to happen. She wants to be like UK, where it's like you get arrested for shit like that.
And the WNBA isn't doing anything about the mean racist comments. Are they supposed to censor the comments? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, that's what she wants. She wants them to be censored.
Right? What exactly
do
you want the WNBA to do? Because she claimed that the WNBA coming out with their little statement against hate and bigotry is not doing anything. So what else are they supposed to do? Besides come out with some statement saying we don't tolerate hate and bigotry. Which, by the way, this is not hate and bigotry. This is just sports. Right? You got to man up. Okay? It's amazing.
Yeah, sports can get toxic, man. It can really get toxic. I mean, sports has been toxic for fucking decades. Like, tell me you don't know anything about sports without telling me you don't know anything about fucking sports, bro. And you play basketball for a living.
Women want to be treated like men until it's time to be treated like a man, right? You don't see male athletes, professional athletes, bitch and cry about mean comments from fans, right? Like these WNBA players, right? But they want to be paid like men.
Yeah, here's the thing. I remember when I think it was Austin Reeves. It was Austin Reeves and Devin Booker, but yeah, I feel like Austin Reeves or Devin Booker, like Austin Reeves or DeAndre Ayton or some shit. And then fucking I think it was Austin. Yeah, Austin Reeves and Devin Booker and shit like that. Austin Reeves fell and shit. And then Ayton was trying to fucking. It happened a couple years ago. Ayton was trying to fucking. Ayton was stepping over Austin, and then fucking Patrick Beverly shoved him and shit. I'm sorry, I didn't see no fucking Austin fans going on Ayton's neck or some shit for some racism or whatever. Like again, it's. Oh my goodness, man. It's crazy.
Okay, they want to be treated like men. They want the same glory and fame and admiration as a man.
It will never happen. I'm tired of WNBA players wanting to say, I want my salary increase. Okay, it's boost your profits up, then we can talk. Because for all the years of the WNBA, there hasn't been a single year when they actually had profit.
But they don't want the same treatment though, right? They want to be coddled. They want to be babied. And again, it's not just her that is saying this. You also have the coach of the Indiana Fever, you know, the team that Caitlin Clark plays for, right? The player that got punched in the throat. She's coming out and basically co-signing the boohoo whining and crying from Alyssa Thomas. Shameful stuff.
Before we start with questions, I just want to address, what's going on with AT. I think first and foremost, it's absolutely unacceptable. I think as a league, as a whole, there's been so much more toxicity, racism, homophobia, straight out nonsense, hate nonsense. And it is absolutely unacceptable. Most of this coming from the online community. Most of this, in my heart of hearts, I believe, not coming from WNBA fans, Indiana Fever fans. I believe that
are there fans? Let's be honest here. Are there WNBA fans? I don't know. I tend to say no.
This is people who are using our league, using our players to further divisive agendas. It's not acceptable. Yes, we have to continue to protect our players. We've got to continue to support our players in our league. We get to play a basketball game. And AT was exactly right. Like, we get to play a basketball game. And yes, that's going to come with criticism. Yes, that's going to come with fans and the love-hate relationship that they have with players and teams. That is going to come. But it's not hard to not be a jerk. And if you are one of these people that are online doing this, do not call yourself a WNBA fan. Our league is about inclusiveness. Our league is about competition. Our league is about elevating women, elevating marginalized communities, including
Oh my
and
goodness.
being inclusive of
The majority of the WNBA players are black. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up. The majority of the WNBA players are fucking black. Shut up. Like, shut the fuck up. Honestly.
all different walks of life. That is what our league has always been about.
Yeah, your league is woke. Your league is woke, and that's why your league is trash. That's why your league is going to fail if/when Caitlin Clark gets seriously injured as a result of her being bullied on the court, right? That's why the league is going to fail. This is why they're so dependent on one person, because your league is woke. This is why nobody really watches the WNBA. They're trying their hardest.
And it's funny, whenever, for example, like, Tracy McGrady or, like, Shaquille O'Neal, when they try to, like, recommend stuff, right? Like, when Tracy McGrady said, yo, let's lower the rims, that way you girls can actually, like, fucking dunk. Because, like, dunking can get fucking fans hyped, bro. Like, remember fucking 2016 of Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon with the dunk contest and all that shit? Or, like, fucking the jump, fucking Vince Carter and all that shit? Like, dunking can get fans hyped, man. So Tracy McGrady was like, yo, how about we just lower the rims? So that way you girls, some of your centers can dunk and shit, and I can get the fans hyped up. Oh no, we don't want to do that. It's just like, yeah, well, this is why you're failing. Right? You have smaller basketballs, right? Because the WNBA basketballs are smaller than the actual NBA basketball. So you accept smaller basketballs, but not lower rims, though. Okay, cool.
They're trying their hardest to destroy the league. I mean, it's already terrible, right? They want to make it worse. They want to make it irrelevant again. Okay, it's only relevant right now because of Caitlin Clark. But you know, if these players get what they want, which clearly is to get Caitlin Clark out of the league, right? Yeah, they're not gonna get paid the money that they claim they deserve. They're not gonna get the fame, the attention.
If anything, they owe money. They don't deserve any money. They're lucky that they get a salary. Because you know why? Again, WNBA is a subsidiary. It's a subsidiary. They haven't made a fucking profit since they were created. And they have not made a single annual profit since they were created. So if anything, they owe the NBA money because the NBA is wasting millions and millions of dollars on them fucking playing. So if I were them, I would say, bitch, you should shut the fuck up and play basketball, man.
That they want so desperately.
Because we have no leverage in anything that involves increasing any salaries or fucking whatnot.
They're not going to get all that. So, you know, it's just crazy to me how these people are really hell-bent on the WNBA not being successful, right? Because that's what's happening. It's crazy how Alyssa Thomas is coming out here and claiming to be the real victim despite the fact that she punched another player in the throat. Whether that be on accident or not, she still did it. It looked really bad, right? You apologize for it and you keep it moving, right? You don't complain about the fans criticizing you because that's what fans do, right? That's just the nature of sports. Now you have the coach of the Indiana Fever coming out and boohoo whining crying racism. It's crazy. Absolutely insane to me. Absolutely insane.
Day one. That is what our league will continue to be about. And we will continue to compete at a high level, hold ourselves to a higher standard, continue to be on the forefront of social norms, and we will continue to support one another collectively as a league. Players, coaches, staff, support staff, everyone. We're about elevating. We are not about demeaning, demanding. We are not about...
You guys are about demanding. You're coming to play who literally complain about fucking salary. Shut up. Your fucking league's about demanding. The whole league is about demanding. Because again, you guys haven't made a freaking profit since you guys were founded. And again, if it wasn't for the NBA basically paying you guys, paying your fucking salary, you guys would not be here. Facts. That's facts. Period.
Continuing this narrative, and it's just absolutely unacceptable.
More Marxism. So, look, this is just another example of why the WNBA should be boycotted. Okay? It should be boycotted. I don't know why people are watching this garbage, right? Well, I do know why, Caitlin Clark. But if Caitlin Clark has to go play somewhere else, if she has to go play in Europe or something, I think that's better, right? I think that's better for her. I think that ultimately these individuals do not want success. So we should just give them what they want, right? They want us to boycott. That's what they want. They want fans to stop watching, okay? Because, again, they clearly don't want fans.
I remember one time they were there, a group of WNBA players were going to the club, and they were like, "Oh, you don't know who I am?" They're like, "Fucking no." Trying to get into the club and shit. Bouncer was like, "Yeah, I know you're not getting to the club." And he's just like, "You don't know who I am?" I'm just like, "No." Guy look like a bunch of fucking dykes. What the fuck are you talking about?
To be engaged. They should be happy that fans are engaged with the league, right? They're engaged with the players, whether that be criticism or praise and admiration, right? It seems like they don't want any type of fan interaction unless it's just praise, right? And glorification. No, that's not how it works. You're going to get criticism. There's going to be backlash. That comes with being a professional athlete.
If I remember correctly, I think fucking people went at LeBron because he's a fan of Caitlin Clark. I'm pretty sure that happened before. I'm more than sure people were mad at LeBron because because he was supporting Caitlin Clark in her career, bro.
Right? If you want the money, if you want the attention, if you want the fame, that's what comes with it, right? It's going to be positive and it's going to be negative. It is what it is. But again, like I said, these people are not going to learn until the league is boycotted, right? The league must be boycotted because they don't deserve success. They don't. I don't want to see them be successful. So I'm just saying, in order to fix this problem, a boycott is necessary. Otherwise, we're going to continue to get this, right? Until Caitlin Clark is hurt, okay? Maybe, seriously in a career-ending way because of the fact that she's been abused by these black lesbians. And when that happens, the whole league is going to fold, right? The boycott would save the league from itself, right? By basically showing them, warning them up front that, hey, if you continue down this path, you're not going to be financially successful. And maybe, they'll change. But unless that happens, it's not going to change. And it's going to lead to Caitlin Clark eventually getting some type of very, very, very serious injury that she can't just bounce back from. And I think that ultimately is what's going to happen if this continues. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like,
kidnapping them.
Bro, how old is Mitch McConnell, bro? How old is this dude, bro? He's 80, bro. Retire, man. This man is 84 and he's still like this age. At some point you have to just retire, man. Like at some point you just have to retire. Like if you're falling and shit, this is not the first time this happened either. This man busted his hip and shit, falling multiple times. I'm sorry, man. If like at this point you should just retire, man. Honestly. Give him like a cane or some shit.
Also new at 4, EMS radio traffic is suggesting that Senator Mitch McConnell was unconscious when he was rushed to a D.C. hospital last month. Punchbowl News is reporting that emergency dispatchers directed an advanced life support ambulance to his home on June 14th. McConnell's office has not commented on it, only saying that he was hospitalized and is receiving excellent care. The 84-year-old is not seeking re-election and has had several recent health scares, but his office has not confirmed whether or not he is still in the hospital, and they've provided no new details on his condition. We will
Bro, again, retire, man. You older than Joe Biden, bro. You older than Joe Biden. You're older than Joe Biden. Get the fuck out of Congress, bro. You can't, like, if you can't freaking walk without falling on your ass, man, just go retire, man, and live out the rest of your life, bro.
Continue to try to learn more. We'll keep you updated on air and online.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about Mitch McConnell, who apparently is in worse shape than Joe Biden. I mean, we've seen Joe Biden at least attempt to give speeches despite the fact that he's supposed to be dying of cancer, right? Prostate cancer. But, you know, apparently he's doing pretty well, okay? He's getting that government health care, right? That world-class treatment. But Mitch McConnell, on the other hand, it looks like he's essentially 1 foot in the grave, right? 1 foot on the banana peel, 1 foot in the grave. And it's looking like the end is near, okay, to be honest with you. I'm not, you know, saying it as a joke. You know, it's not like there's a story about guys that suggests that is one where the latest health and Mitch McConnell unconscious. They have suffered attack at his D.C. residence before being rushed to a local hospital.
About Senator, new reports are Senator was found unconscious at his home in Washington. His report came out the day that he was rushed to the hospital, heart attack. It was the reference medical support ambulance on the 14th. First responders discussed progress for a arrest during the call. On the day of the incident, McConnell's spokesperson had reported that the senator from to the house was receiving excellent care. But his latest report, 8 years old, living senator in Kentucky's history, he said that he will not seek re-election.
Okay, I want to go ahead and play because again, it's think about the fact that you have a sitting senator. To be honest with you, that seems like he is.
It seems like he is. Pretty much is on life support, bro. Again, he's just retired, man. I don't know why he's just so scared to retire. Like, man, don't forget he's older than both Trump and freaking Biden, bro. Like at that point, man. Just go home, man. Go home, go hang out with your grandkids and all that stuff, man. Because, not to be mean, but you know, if he's falling like this, all this shit, bro. I mean, he ain't got much time left. Retire and spend time with your grandkids, man. That's all I gotta say.
Like to me, he's about to kick the bucket.
Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3, ALS response unconscious. Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3, ALS response unconscious. EMS 2 response for cardiac arrest.
Wow.
EMS 2 response for cardiac arrest. A43.
Wow. So, remember, Mitch McConnell has been having these health scares now. For example, this happened in 2023 where he straight up froze up. It's just a few times he's frozen up.
Oh.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election 26?
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute.
Oh my fucking god.
Bruh.
He's having for 3 years, bro.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Oh my god, these fucking dinosaurs, man.
Wow. Wow. They're asking him about running for re-election in 2026.
And look,
And he
yeah,
didn't have a response.
his face already told you, like, what? They already taught, like, the fact that you blanked out already hints at the answer. Yeah, he shouldn't.
Because he literally couldn't give a response. That was the answer to whether or not this dude should be running for re-election. Okay, he really shouldn't be in Congress. Let's be honest. Okay, so he's had a ton of health issues over the years. In 2019, he had a shoulder fracture, so he fell at his home in Kentucky. That required surgery in order for him to recover. March 2023, he had a serious fall at a private dinner. In July of 2023, he froze up in public. In August of 2023, he froze up in public again. In September 2023, he had a medical evaluation, okay, but they didn't find any evidence that he actually had any type of, real issues going on. He's had some other falls. Apparently, he fell while exiting an airplane. He also fell doing an overseas trip. So this guy, again, is falling all over the place. 1 foot on the banana peel, one foot in the grave.
Sure, buddy.
That's what's going on here. And 2024, he fell in the Capitol. He cut his face and he sprained his wrist as a result. In 2026, he was hospitalized with flu-like symptoms. And finally, this is the latest health scare, right? The news that we're covering today of Mitch McConnell being hospitalized after he allegedly may have suffered a heart attack. Senator Mitch McConnell was found unconscious and may have suffered a heart attack at his D.C. residence before being rushed to a local hospital last month, according to a district fire and EMS dispatch call made public Wednesday. The June 14th call referenced medical personnel in an ALS or advanced life support ambulance being sent to the home shortly before 9 a.m. and mentioned there was, quote, CPR in progress for a cardiac arrest. Wow. Punchbowl News first reported on the EMS radio traffic. Reps for the former GOP leader did not comment on the communications. A McConnell spokesperson on the day of the incident shared that the Kentucky senator, quote, was admitted to the hospital this morning and was receiving excellent care. The next day, spokesman David Popp said McConnell was, quote, working closely with staff on Senate business and Kentucky matters as he continues his recovery. Senate Majority Leader John Thune also said his predecessor was dialed in on their conference's legislative business while Thune himself had spoken to McConnell by phone. Yeah, I just have a hard time believing that at this point. I mean, this guy, he looks dead. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. He looks like a corpse. Okay, that's what he looks like. Again, this guy does not belong in Congress. I'm sorry. Okay, old Mitch, and I say this every single time I talk about Mitch McConnell, old Mitch McConnell was a political genius. I could argue that he single-handedly stopped Obama and his radical agenda, and he is primarily responsible for Trump's Supreme Court picks. Now, I mean, Amy Coney Barrett looks very bad, right, in hindsight, but when it comes to actually stacking the courts with conservative justices, I think Mitch McConnell is primarily responsible for engineering that. So I think he deserves his credit for what he used to be, right? He used to be a legendary Republican senator in the sense that he did a good job of preventing Democrats from doing much, right? Preventing Obama from carrying out his far left agenda. So I give him credit for that. I really do. Back in the day, Mitch McConnell was that guy, okay? And if I had to pick a senator, right, if we was having a draft of senators and I needed somebody on my team, right, particularly to stop the other team from drafting legislation or getting things done, I would probably pick Mitch McConnell first. You know? He's like the king of obstruction, right? So I'm just saying, his legacy is his legacy. There are a lot of negative aspects of his legacy, like, for example, his Trump derangement. When Trump got in office, he also basically stopped Trump from doing a lot of things that Trump wanted to do. And, I think that's why his overall record is mixed. But ultimately, at the day, it's time to go, right? He should have been gone a long time ago. He should have been gone after Trump's first term, right? He should have been up, right? He should have been gone before then, okay? So, unfortunately, he's still in office, and we're witnessing this guy decay in front of our eyes, and it's just sad. It really is. He should be in some nursing home, hospice care, or something like that, right? Waiting to, pass on. Because, I mean, that's essentially where he's at. Let's keep it 100. That's where he's at. The 84-year-old has suffered multiple falls that left him with a concussion and a cracked rib in recent years, in addition to eerie public freeze-ups due to apparent lightheadedness. In February, McConnell was previously hospitalized for flu-like symptoms. He's been seen recently in the Capitol being escorted around in a wheelchair. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Really embarrassing. You should not be in Congress for so long that you're being carried around in a wheelchair. At that point, you should be retired. You should be spending time with your family, with your wife, with your kids, with individuals who love you. And these individuals, honestly, should not have allowed Mitch McConnell to continue to serve as long as he has served, considering how, again, his time was up after 2020, right? His time was up. And I think that was even too long, right? To be honest with you, his time should have been up after 2020. But here we are. The people of Kentucky kept voting this guy back into office. And this is what we have, right? It's embarrassing. We just should never have this. You just shouldn't see it. You just shouldn't see it. So Mitch McConnell served as the leader of the Senate GOP from 2007 until January 2025. He announced he had plans to step down from the position in February of this previous year. In February 2025, he announced that he wouldn't be seeking re-election to an 8th term in 2026. Representative Andy Barr won the Republican primary race this year to replace him. Yeah, so again, this is embarrassing. We should never see it. Politicians should retire before they get to this point. Mitch McConnell is not in a good place. And I personally believe that it's just a matter of time before we get that news, right? And, it's just unfortunate, but it should just not get to this point, right? It should not get to this point. And that's the point of this video, is that we just shouldn't see this. This is a shame. Nancy Pelosi, the Chuck Schumers of the world, the Mitch McConnells, the Claibornes of the world, they should not be in Congress this long, where you're deteriorating in front of the American people. We shouldn't see this from sitting members of Congress. We just shouldn't see it. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Okay. Let me see something. I'm trying to see something real quick. Do you want to talk about the video? Yeah, so I do want to talk a bit about the Supergirl movie a little bit. And holy fuck, yo, I watched it, and like holy fucking shit, bro. It is such a fucking bad movie. Like when fucking I think I posted this on my fucking thing. When I saw like fucking when I was watching like Neurotic and like ads and all that shit talking about it, I'm just like, okay, maybe it'd be it's like it's a revenge story. I'm like, okay, okay, sure it is. So like I got a little curious and I watched it for myself, right? And I watched it for myself to see how it is or whatever, and it was like, oh my fucking goodness. It was so bad. It ruined the entire message of what Supergirl is supposed to be. Right? It was all about, oh, revenge is bad and stuff like that. But yet, if I do it, it's fine, right? So I have some notes here. I took some notes here. So first, it's the fucking first issue that I have is basically, obviously, Supergirl doesn't take Superman seriously. She never took his messaging seriously. Never took his morals seriously. Never really took on his ideology seriously. Right? Basically, she's basically making Superman a joke and his idealism a joke. Right? I see the good in people. He sees the good in people. I see the truth or whatever. So yeah, she never took Superman's fucking thing to heart. Even when trying to have this whole emotional scene where it's like, oh, she wears the suit for the first time. It's like it doesn't really mean shit because she kills the main villain wearing that exact same Superman suit. It's supposed to be, hey, it's a suit for good, right? But yet she's the same person that fucking killed the guy, killed the main villain. So yeah, sure. You definitely took Superman's, ideology. You definitely thought about, about him and how you take his message when wearing that suit to her. She didn't take it. Um, the fucking girl's parents, Ruth's, I think her name is Ruth. Ruth's parents, I didn't care for them because literally they have one scene. It's one scene, and then it's like this. They have that one scene. It's the death scene, and it's like you want us to get super emotional about seeing her brother die and seeing how her parents die, but yet you do nothing like to build up that relationship, right? You didn't fucking give us like a good few minutes of them just seeing how they are as a family, how Ruth interacts with her parents and how Ruth interacts with her brother and all that shit, right? No, none of that. It's just here's a scene where they die and then that's it. Also, the main villain, right? The main villain in the movie, he's like a human trafficker. He takes like brides. He takes like young girls to be his brides or whatever, or him and his gang his brides. But I guess he didn't fucking see Ruth at all, despite despite his head was, his body was turned towards her at one point. Guess he didn't notice her in the fucking fire. I guess he just didn't notice her, and then fucking leaves. Um, the sword the sword meant nothing because literally they had this whole fucking at the end of the movie they had this whole like had this whole montage, not the montage, more like a slideshow, a quick slideshow of basically Ruth's parents and like how they interact and all that stuff in their daily lives and all that stuff. And one of the scenes and one of the slides they show the father giving the sword to Ruth, but it's like it doesn't mean anything because it tries to have emotional weight with the sword, but doesn't do it because instead of actually showing the scene of the father, giving so instead of making a heartfelt scene of the father giving the sword to Ruth, instead doesn't do that, and instead just fucking here's a quick slide of the father giving the sword to Ruth. It's just like, well, you want me to feel for this character and to feel, sad that her parents are gone and all this shit, and then to have emotional weight for the sword when it's taken away from her. But it's like you did not establish that prior to their deaths. So I don't care about it. I'm not gonna care about her having such emotional attachment to the sword if you didn't even give me a proper scene of the father giving the sword to her and talking about, the sword about the sword and shit. Fucking stupid. Um, again, fucking crypto. Like when we show the trailer about crypto pissing on Superman, it kind of only leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. That yeah, like clearly it's fuck Superman, fuck his ideology, fuck his morality, fuck everything about Superman. Right, just fuck that. And then fucking funny thing with Kara in the fuck when they're at the planet, right? It's that she's surprised when she's a family when she's like a couple like the dark skinned couple. She's surprised that they speak common tongue, right? You're telling me that you're not surprised when you see fucking aliens speaking English and shit. You're not surprised by that. But when you see, a humanoid like dark skinned family, all of a sudden you're surprised that they speak English or they speak common tongue or fucking whatever they call it there. It's like I don't know. You trying? What are you trying to say here? What are you trying to say here, man? You telling me that fucking aliens with fucking big ass bulbous heads and all that shit can speak? You're not surprised that they can speak fucking English, but you're surprised that a dark skinned, humanoid looking family can speak English? Kind of. I don't know. That seems kind of racist. So yeah, that's fucking stupid. And then, uh, again, it is basically Carla talking about how revenge is bad. Like she talked about in the beginning of how revenge is bad. Don't do revenge. Don't don't uh don't if revenge is not gonna make you feel better, right? And at the end of the movie, she kills the guy. She kills the guy, and it's like you're a fucking hypocrite because you out here freaking preaching to her how it's not good to revenge is not good. You're preaching to Ruth about that, and then when you fucking have this heartfelt moment, and then Ruth is has her back fucking turned towards you. That's when you stab the guy and you kill him, right? And obviously it's fucking dumb because you have you have an interplanetary fucking bus company, not bus company, but like bus stops, right? You got interplanetary buses and all that shit that goes from planet to planet, fucking picking people up from picking people up like an STM, right? Like a public like public transit. But yet there's no like police force, no galactic, no nothing like that. It's just you have the bus stop, right? Because you couldn't figure out how to fucking get to the guys without you couldn't properly think of a way of actually trying to get to the guys. So we have to have a fucking interplanetary fucking bus stop out of nowhere. Yeah, sure, buddy. Like, oh my goodness, man. And then Kara, um, when they're on the building, right? When the fucking guy was chasing after the black girl, right? The daughter of the daughter of the couple, right? And then um basically he was basically distracted, right? He didn't know that Ruth was behind him, and she was about to kill him, about to stab him. Instead, Supergirl, instead of grabbing the villain, right, and beating the shit out of him, instead she grabs the fucking girl. She grabs Ruth, right? Ruth gets mad at her, and then guess what? The fucking villain ends up killing the family, including the fucking little girl. So basically, Supergirl's the cause of their deaths. She caused their death. Instead of if she just simply fucking blitzed the guy right before Ruth was able to stab him, then they would be still alive. But the fact that she fucking did that stupid illogical mistake of grabbing the girl instead of grabbing the fucking villain and beating him up, right? Yeah, it's my goodness, man. Overall, it's it's just it is just a bad movie. It tries to put up this message about revenge and it just shits on it. It's basically saying, hey, revenge is bad unless I unless unless I do it, right? Unless I do revenge is bad. Basically, her words are wind. She actively disrespects Clark, actively disrespects the suit that he gave her, right? Actively disrespects all that shit and kills the guy at the end. Ah, my goodness, man. It's such a it's such a bad movie, man. It really is. Lobo, he was fine. I like Lobo, but the problem is that he's just not in it long enough. He's only in a handful of scenes. So it's like, I'm sorry, Lobo, I'm sorry, but Lobo ain't carrying shit. Like Lobo's not enough to make this movie a good movie. Man. It's oh my goodness, man. It's just a stupid movie. And it's a very dumb movie. I don't think it should be like I know people saying that, you know, basically the message is it's fine to be messy. It's fine, but it's like it's not. It's really not to be. It's not really fine to be messy because Like the whole point of being superheroes is being aspirational in a way, inspirational. But if you're just super messy and shit, fucking pissing while fucking pass out like fucking Elvis Presley, it's like, we can't really take as much of it serious as a hero, man. No matter how many trying to little good deeds you try to do, it's like it doesn't really mean shit. Right. Also, fucking, it's very convenient how the fucking villains. There's a bunch of ships, right? Because there's a scene where basically Supergirl is outside, right, just fucking relaxing, with fucking and who's trying to fucking trying to convince her to fucking help her on a revenge quest, and the fucking main villains come in, right, and there's like a bunch, there's like other like ships around Supergirl's ship, but it's conveniently that they only go after her ship. Very convenient that out of any ship, of all the ships that's there on the fucking grass, you conveniently took fucking Supergirl's. Great. And yeah, man. And then, okay, you have this emotional moment when fucking Ruth is burying Ruth. No, well, she didn't bury it. You didn't see her burying, but like obviously that at the makeshift grave. And the next scene, she's out there in the bar. I'm just like, again, it's poor. It sucks with the world building because again, you have again in the movie we have fucking interplanetary fucking buses and shit, but yet there is no like fucking like prisons or like a or like some police force or anything or any like authority. It's just bus. It's just here's a galactic bus, and that's it. There's no other fucking thing to worry about. And again, Kara, she didn't need to fucking kill the main guy because again, the fucking slave girls were free. His crew was basically decimated by her, like most likely fucking killed. So take that what you can. More shitting on Superman's fucking ideology, but yeah, basically he had nothing, right? No weapons, no ships, no fucking crew. And instead of sparing him or fucking again, you know, probably having a fucking prison or fucking whatever, instead, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking kill the guy. I'm just gonna kill the guy. And she's like, oh yeah, this is for my dog, and this is for the girl. So it's like this was a revenge story the entire time. It's so fucking funny, man. It's so funny. And then it's like she's trying to be like, oh yeah, I don't have people. I don't have my people. I'm just like, yeah, neither is fucking Superman. Right? Like her being devastated by, her mother's death. Understandable. I know why Carl would be devastated about that. But I don't know why she's devastated by Krypton being destroyed because Krypton was destroyed 8 years before she was born. So when she was born, she was born into the like Argo City dome thing. So she never knew about she never freaking experienced Krypton being destroyed. Right. And she's trying to like, oh yeah, but I don't have any people. I don't have. I'm just like, yeah, well, neither does fucking Clark, neither does fucking Kal-El. But look at him. Like, don't act like you're the only one that's. You have to act like don't act like you're the only one that's fucking. You don't act like you're the only one that's fucking going through shit, bro. Like, come on, bro. Clark went through the same fucking thing. And Clark was fucking alive at the time. Sure, he was a baby, but at least he's fucking alive. He was 2 years old by the time the freaking Krypton exploded. At least he was actually fucking dead. You weren't even born yet. So I don't know why you're fucking devastated by your planet being destroyed if you never knew about it, and it was almost a decade before you were born. So overall, you know, basically, it's just a very disjointed movie. It really needed time. It really needed more time to add more scenes. Again, should have been more scenes with the parents, with Ruth's parents, and like the father giving her the. So, because the father said that the shed all those weapons are in the shed, right? So it gets you thinking. Okay, how come Ruth has that sword then, right? So clearly that sword must be important, right? And again, no scene, no cut scene of the father giving the girl the sword, having that emotional moment between father and daughter. Instead, you have it in a fucking side fucking slide in a fucking slideshow montage bullshit. And it's like, oh yeah, here's the daily life of Ruth and her family. And just like, yeah, but why didn't you have scenes of that prior to their deaths? Instead of having the first scene of them being the death scene. Like, I'm sorry, man. That emotional moment's not gonna fucking be there. Brother was fucking stupid. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, trying to scare her. It's like his death is so dumb, man. Like, it would have been so much better if he like it would have been so much better if like I don't care what the villain's name. The villain was a fucking whatever villain. Who cared about him? It would have been much better if the villain noticed her daughter, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna take her. Right? He's like, okay, like, yeah, it would be fucking cool if it was it would have been much more cooler if the villain was trying to take the daughter, and then the brother came out and tried to prevent him from taking her, and then he got killed because of him. That would have been so much better instead of the fucking brother trying to scare her, and then it's the way that he died was so dumb. It could have been so much implemented on why and on how he would have died, right? But again, it's such a disjointed movie, such a disjointed movie. Apparently one of the writers didn't have much experience of writing big time cinema. I think this was the first time she ever wrote a full length feature film, because she wrote like a short before that, and then never wrote anything after that. So it's like, oh, so you only wrote one short fucking film, and that gives you enough experience to write a full length feature film, especially in a cinematic universe. Yeah, sure, buddy. It's overall, it is a terrible movie. I would not recommend it. Um, I'm glad that I fucking pirated. I'm glad that I high seas that fucking movie, because if I spent money on watching that freaking movie, I would have been so fucking mad. I would have been so mad if I spent $20 plus, right? 'Cause obviously I pay for snacks or shit, whatever, right? So you said you fucking you sneak in snacks and you pay for them. So I would have been so freaking mad, man. If people spent actual money to watch the movie, and apparently it's bombing the box office. Honestly, understandable. This movie is just bad. It's a bad movie. Best is like a 4, or I would give it like a 3. It is a very bad movie. The only thing I really liked was Lobo. I liked his design and stuff. That's the only thing I liked about it. And if you honest, was just fucking stupid. But yeah, that's my overall fucking review. Um, I was gonna put like, a little trailer on it, but I don't want to get fucking copyrighted by fucking Warner Bros. So that's why I didn't bother to put any like images or any screenshots or anything. So I'm not taking any fucking chances especially with fucking Warner Bros. And how fucking tight knit to keep this shit. Oh man. Ugh. Good thing I cleansed my palate some Backrooms though. Backrooms, ooh, good thing I cleansed my palate with that, man. Backrooms is pretty good. It was a pretty good movie. I'm gonna watch Obsession this weekend. Probably I'm gonna watch Obsession because I really okay. Apparently that's pretty crazy. I want to see what it's about. So yeah, I'm gonna watch Obsession this weekend, and then Doom Part Two. I'm gonna probably watch it this weekend as well. Probably Sunday. I watched Part One. So yeah, but yeah, overall, man, that movie, Supergirl was just a bad movie. It was. It's a bad movie, man. So it is a bad movie. It just the message was immediately broken, as soon as she stabbed the fucking guy, the message was fucking broken. Seth Rogen, I'm tired of fucking Seth Rogen, bro. I'm getting a Seth Rogen fatigue, man. I'm already hearing him enough of Invincible and shit in animal form. I don't need him anymore, bro. I don't need more Seth Rogen in my life. Jeez, man. I would help. I ain't gonna. I don't have balls or shit, so it's like, oh yeah, I don't give a fucking shit. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, Supergirl is a bad movie. It is a bad movie.
It's been a while, but I think it's the perfect time to check in on the whiteboard, just to see how things have developed over time. And for those of you who don't know what the whiteboard is, it's simple. Ever since the beginning of the year, I've seen certain individuals who proclaim themselves to be heroes, or even worse, activists, say that the revolution will be televised this year, and their ideas have not worked. It's amounted to people sitting in their cars or beds saying someone should do something, someone should take a life, someone should rob a store, someone should burn a building, someone should do something that could risk them going to jail and then be forgotten while they sit comfortably at home proclaiming that they have somehow done the work necessary. And throughout all of these attempts, we've seen great highs and great lows. My funniest one, personally, is a bunch of people going to be illegal immigrants. I'm just sitting there with the finger is like my best friend. But we develop, because you imagine that in this world, especially in the realm of politics, people in to change that in their is viewed right. You have somebody who that's a lot of time people want in terms of care, in terms of finance, in terms of protections, that if somebody isn't in power, their ability to be as a what if right? Because you can do that. You could got that all change for insert here. And if you do one specific thing, all it means nothing. It has the same winner. It's still sad because God Palestine else.
Scott, your license and your just protecting registry. I really deserve to. But I think your housing policy and typically aligning with, and I think your policy on Gaza, and I think Gaza terrible.
It's well, the fucking. Oh, like, oh my freaking goodness, man. Holy shit, man.
I think you do not belong here. I think you do not belong here. You do not belong here, Scott, anymore. It sucks because you've been wonderful. You've been wonderful for trans people, and you've been terrible. And you've been terrible. You've been terrible. You've been terrible on Gaza. You do not belong here anymore, Scott, and it breaks my fucking heart. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that someone who wrote good legislation for queers is so fucking terrible on Gaza. Scott,
Again, if you don't agree with them 100%, you're a bad person. If you don't agree on their opinions 100%, if you don't agree on their opinions 100%, you're a bad person.
do you have anything to say? Do you have anything to say about Gaza? How? How could you do this to San Francisco? How could someone like you?
Also, why is the guy? Why is this dude built like DSP a little bit, bro? Freaking thin ass arm like he's fucking man boobs, bro. For sure. This dude, bro. Why is he built like DSP, bro? That's crazy.
Do this to San Francisco. Scott, say something.
No.
Redeem yourself.
What?
Do something. Scott, I want to like the person who had such good legislation on trans rights.
You're a piece of shit. We fucking hate
Scott,
you.
I want to support someone who's so positive on trans rights, but you're a piece of shit on Gaza. How could you do that? How could you betray queers? How could
He's like, yeah, man. What the fuck? He's like, I'm pushing his head. Like, what the fuck did I get into, man? Like, holy shit, what did I fucking get into, bro? Like, this is like, oh my goodness, man. Look at this shit, man. Bunch of crazy ass people because he doesn't, because he has his policies don't fucking agree with Gaza, man. Like these fucking crazies, man. Again, man, if you don't agree with them on everything, then you're the problem. You're the bad guy. Like, oh my goodness, man. Look at
You
this shit.
repress people. You stopped being queer the moment you started supporting Israel, you piece of shit.
Now, I look at this and I'm immediately discouraged, because you mean to tell me a guy who's put forth effort in all of these changes for you and to benefit other people who either think like you or operate like you, now all of a sudden is still a problem and gets chased out of a pride parade or some form of celebration because he doesn't give you the statement in time that would make you feel better. Ultimately, probably wouldn't change a thing, because you're sitting there screaming at him with your phone out, demanding he say something that you might ultimately look at and say, that's not good enough. I need you to take this extra step. Then I need you to take another extra step. Then I need you on top of that step to take another step. And then after that,
Again, it's never gonna be enough. I'm telling you that right now. I'm pretty sure if he just said it, they would still be mad because he's not physically doing anything about it. Again, it's never enough for these people. And it's unfortunate that people don't realize it, but yeah, they're just fucking idiots.
one more step, and then maybe I'll think about the possibility of perhaps mostly changing my mind on the subject matter. And of course, the conglomerate will sit there in that moment and say, we did the right thing. We made sure that this person knows that even though you did all this good, it doesn't matter because you still got this specific bad right here. As I sit in open area, relaxing, being upset, seeing a politician walk by. And of course, it will be seen as us doing the right thing, because these people need to know that miles away we support them by openly targeting somebody who don't have enough significant power to do anything of note, other than, I guess, based on how it looks, saying that they either do or don't support insert thing here. And you can imagine that in that open area, it's all going to be agreed upon. But outside of that, there will be people who disagree.
I'm upset at the fact that he didn't use the word G-side, but at the same time issued a fucking apology and gave you what you wanted and called it a G-side. This man has literally tried to meet y'all every fucking where that y'all are at. He rejects money from AIPAC. He pledges he won't support any offensive weapons to Israel. He believes in Palestinian statehood. I thought the whole purpose was to move people on the issues. When you have a complaint about a candidate and they're not moving on the issue, you have every right to pursue. But when they meet you in the middle, Malcolm, you can at least acknowledge it. I used to have my complaints about AOC, how she never used to show up for the black community. Well, she's showing up now. But the difference is I acknowledged it. I give her credit. And just because I acknowledge it doesn't mean that I'm not vigilant. Doesn't mean I'm not still watching her ass. But what I need y'all to understand is there's a difference between criticism and critique. Criticism is constantly talking about somebody's fault. Critique is how you can be better. But I can't see how anybody can be better when you're berating them. This is not accountability by any means. This is something else.
Now that you've received your apology, who are you now? Are you still fussing? Are you still complaining? Are you still calling me out of my name? You don't want an apology. You want something else. So let's find out what you want, and I'll give it to you. I'm a mother. I know a cry when I hear it.
Oh. Let's just call a thing a thing. If you're not a straight white male, then there is no room for you in this movement. And this ain't got nothing to do with Mom Donnie. Love him down. But however, one thing that I have noticed, and has nothing to do with him, but the same people that are out here protesting and harassing Scott Wiener, they love themselves some Brad Lander, who by his own admission claims to be a progressive Zionist, meaning he believes that Israel has a right to exist. However, they don't have the right to kill innocent Palestinians. But I noticed that y'all give him grace because he's straight, but when it comes to the gay, y'all want to slay. But like a bisexual, this goes both ways. I don't fuck with what they're.
Yeah, but again, isn't that kind of fucking thing? What's it called? What's it a contradictory on the idealisms? Like live and let live, or fucking whatever. All inclusive. Yeah, guess they're not really all inclusive as they think that they are.
Said about Vice President Kamala Harris. However, chasing this woman and harassing her ain't it either.
Condemn Hamas. Condemn Hamas, Darliza. You're a gentrifier.
I have already done that, and I can send you many examples.
Do you think Israel right to exist? You're full of shit. Just remember that. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit.
Y'all out here harassing her, telling her to condemn Hamas when she did already. Stop moving the fucking goalposts. And when people meet you where you are, acknowledge it, take it with a grain of fucking salt, and keep being vigilant on what they do when they get into office. Because here's the thing, Scott advanced to November. Daria Lisa advanced to November. Now, I'm not telling you to knock on doors or donate shit or buy a t-shirt. I'm telling you not to be a hypocrite, bitch. We didn't like it when they were doing it to Kamala, so why the fuck would we try to become them? All I'm saying is none of this shit is useful, and it's not promoting progress.
I love that it's starting to mesh well, that there are people recognizing that there's a way to go about things and there's not a way to go about things. And the constant badgering and peer review studying that people are doing, it's not something sustainable anymore, because on top of one issue, there's another issue, there's another issue, there's another issue, and then there's another issue. And there are going to be people, whether you like it or not, that will focus on the other things before they focus on that one thing you're latching onto for content because you got nothing else to talk about. And when you factor that in with all the other things happening in any country, let alone America, it would cause a lot of people to have pause in seeing individuals think that somehow this is leftist policy, when all it is a bunch of badgering bitches wanting somebody to make them feel better. And I'm sorry, sometimes bullying them into submission is not going to work. Sometimes putting forth the effort to chastise and criticize and lambast them is not going to work. And it's slowly but surely turning off individuals who think just like you, who have a lot of the same care towards the same things as you, but because you don't know how to execute your plan in a way that could be productive, they're going to go find a way to deconstruct your stupidity and somehow find a way to be productive at the same time. And at the end of it, you're going to have a lot of people with bruised egos, hurt feelings, and begging to figure out, why did everybody turn on us? We were doing the right thing. We were trying to keep people informed. But you missed the part where you were actually supposed to engage in the conversation instead of badgering people into giving you what you want all the time, because you might get that a few times, but you're not going to get it every time. And I think that's the lesson I need people to stomach as I metaphorically erase the whiteboard of this really stupid idea.
Again, it's never enough, bro. They can support, you can give you you can support them on every single policy, but if there's one thing that they don't either agree with or don't want to talk about, then it's super bad. It's super bad. Yeah. Again, it's just very stupid. It's like they agree, okay, they don't agree with you on one thing, okay, take it and move on. They still benefit you. He still benefits your ideology in many ways. So I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why. The movie Cynic. What has he got to say about Supergirl? What do you got to say about Supergirl, Cynic? Jesus.
It wasn't, but in honor of Pride Month, as I'm getting all these questions, I don't know, it should probably go both ways.
Welcome to this year's Snow White.
Weird.
Any of you ever have that friend who would do anything to embarrass you in public?
Why did you me?
Baltazar, you can't say shit like that.
That's how it feels to watch Supergirl.
It's an uninspiring, derivative, poorly acted, lazily written, obnoxious, thrown together dumpster fire that feels way longer than its runtime because it's as exciting as a Taco Bell-induced bowel movement. In other words, it's exactly what we thought it would be. Yep, this movie is Cheeks. Supergirl is a super bomb in every conceivable way, even though tens of people race to the theater in support. When the first reviews dropped, it was said to be Furiosa meets Guardians, but it's more like Fist meets ass. This septic tank of a movie should never have been made, let alone sit as
the whole bar canteen scenes, bro. Like, oh my god, every fucking planet we're going to, it's like new bar, new bar, new bar. Every planet we go to, every planet, every time we go to a new planet, it's going to a freaking bar. Like, give me a damn break, man. The only time we didn't go to a bar was the last planet for the climax of the freaking movie. Besides that, we're going to a damn bar or some canteen shop every single time. It's so annoying, man. 3 out of the 4 planets that we explore, that we see in this movie, we're going to a damn bar or some canteen or some shit like that. Like, give me a damn break, man. Can't think of any other place to Supergirl to be. Jeez, man.
Second movie in the delicate first days of a new shared universe like the DCU. It might not be directed by James Gunn, but it's got his grimy little fingerprints all over it. The freewheeling trench coat wearing protagonist, the quippy Marvel style gags, the animal sidekick, the slow motion fight scenes where someone's standing there in awe watching a superpowered being beat up bad guys, while a shitty selection.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, this scene was so dumb because she was beating up the fucking main villain, right? She beat up the main villain, and then if you look at the back, if you look at if you look behind her, you would see one of the fucking villains is fucking lackeys, and instead of the fucking lackey coming up behind her and hitting her, he just stands there and waits for the freaking the grappling hook to hit her. It's like, oh my goodness, man. Like, oh my goodness, man. Ugh. Is that one of the fucking lackeys come in and trying to help the boss by hitting Supergirl? Nah. It goes on for a few fucking fucking like 30 seconds, and then a grappler comes out of nowhere and hits her. Like, oh my
music
goodness.
plays to fit the vibe. Supergirl is this year's Snow White in the meta sense too, with Millie Alcock performing her best Zegler impression. Her PR tour was a disaster. She would have been better served answering every question like a melatonin dream. Supergirl's basically like Snow White when talking about film quality too. For comparison's sake, last year's Zegler-led Bomb debuted with a B+ cinema score from its most forgiving fans, which is basically the word-of-mouth equivalent to death in the movie world. Snow White plummeted 66% in its second weekend, and Supergirl somehow outdone it in every way, scoring an absolutely disastrous B- from opening night filmgoers. Watching its second weekend drop-off is going to be way more entertaining than the movie was, that's for damn sure. Supergirl stars Millie Alcock in the lead role.
Shit, I'm so tired of standing in this motherfucking line. I'm serious, I can't deal with this.
And the movie picks up right where last year's James Gunn stinker Superman left off. While that one at least had an enamoring performance by David Cornsweet, this film's hero is led by...
The new Superman was fine. I think it's a bit overhated, but I think it's a mid movie. I wouldn't say it's better than Man of Steel though. I think Man of Steel is better, but yeah, the Superman movie was whatever. It was fine, but this one's fucking garbage.
By an aura-farming tryhard who looks ridiculous in fight scenes, and even worse when emoting as the angsty 20-something who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, 22, having her birthday week. It's like, okay, if it wasn't your birthday week, would you still be drinking and fucking and doing all this shit? Let's be honest here. You be drinking, you be going to bars and drinking, even if it wasn't in your birthday week. It's pretty much a day. It's pretty much a fucking a daily thing for you to be drinking your ass off.
Of not giving a shit. It seems like the writers certainly didn't, because Alcock's trying and failing to make a script work that's on par with the worst that the superhero genre has to offer. At best, it's a mashup of stories we've had time and again at this point. It wants to be Guardians of the Galaxy, then a bit of Mad Max, then a bit of Superman, then a wannabe John Wick-style revenge flick. Basically, it repeats storylines you've already seen in much better movies. Remember the plot of Guardians?
Yeah, and that's what I'm tired about. I'm tired of James Gunn always like doing it's like this, and this combined. It's like, how about just make a fucking movie? Why have to be fucking talk? Why has to be fucking derivative of all this other shit, right? And I think the fucking Land is supposed to be like True Detective. It's like some people haven't even seen those fucking shows, bro. So people don't fucking care if it's like this show or that show. People gonna talk about the fucking thing with its own two legs, bro. Stop trying to compare other better quality movies to your shit, man. Just make a fucking good movie.
Of the Galaxy 3, when Star-Lord had to save Rocket, who was out of commission for the entire movie. Just replace Mr. Lord with Kara Zor-El and Rocket with Krypto when you have yourself a shittier version of that movie. And that's the film when it's at its best. At worst, it's a boring slog of and then storytelling with every scene wrapped up via convenience or contrivance. Hell, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Supergirl's on the same planet that Ruth's parents die, and then Ruth, I don't know how she even got to the bar. I guess she just walked. Right, could don't get the whole planet. It's not like it's not like a fucking country, but I guess she just walked a long time. I guess to the bar. I don't fucking know. And she's at the bar now. Next scene. Oh my goodness, man. They couldn't find any proper way of like properly making the dumb meeting try to make sense. So we're just gonna fucking skip all that shit and then go straight to the meeting.
Doesn't even have a
Fuck
good
all the
message,
in-between.
which the movie's confused about. It doesn't know what it's trying to say. Is revenge bad? Is murder good? What exactly makes Earth her home in the end? She certainly doesn't experience a hero's journey, so what are we even doing? You know
Yeah,
what?
she has little to no ties about Earth. Right, and again, her wearing the Superman suit is so shallow and emotionally no, because again, instead of properly representing what that suit's supposed to mean, she does the exact opposite. Example, killing the freaking main villain.
But let's break down the script by going through the story, shall we? The story of Supergirl. The movie starts with the first glimpse of our new female heroine, puking her way through a cycle of partying and recovery.
Yeah.
What a role model. The montage is accompanied by thoroughly grating retro music that fits an aesthetic that was cool a decade ago. So we're starting off obnoxious, but fear not, it's only downhill from here. Crypto starts pissing on everything because, for whatever reason, James Gunn is obsessed with urine.
I'm going to piss on their dead bodies and make love to their carcasses.
This is not the only time, nor the only creature, that will be seen pissing in this movie. Hell, even the camera filter they use is piss-colored. We then meet our antagonist, who's arrived on a planet to pick up some weapons he'd commissioned, among other nefarious purposes. His name is Krem, but let's call him...
Krem, that's his name. He's so fucking forgettable. It's like, okay, here you go. Krem fucking sucks as a villain. Besides his brutality, there's nothing else to him. There's nothing else to him as a fucking character. Oh yeah, he takes brides, but I guess he didn't take Ruth for some reason. I guess he didn't take her. I guess he didn't see her in the house. I guess in the fire he didn't see her. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Epstein, since that's basically who he is in this movie. And he kind of looks and acts like this.
Motherfucker got that panty break in that motherfucker. I got hell more jewelry in that bitch too, you heard me? My mother, the diamonds on my knee.
Epstein, as you know, has an affinity for young women. Yeah, we continued down the harem pipeline started in Superman last year, because these guys collect young ladies to turn into brides. Have you seen Fury Road? Okay, then you've already seen a better version of this bullshit. Anyway, Epstein gets involved in a skirmish with the weapons manufacturer and kills the whole family, except the little girl Ruthie, who they not only let live, but later say they want as a bride, and they just leave her there because the plot needs them to.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many times in this movie someone has an opportunity.
And again, it's not like she was, it's not like she was hiding. She was standing right freaking there in front of her dead brother's body, and the Krem does not take her. She's defenseless. She's by herself. Her parents are dead. Her brothers are dead, and the house is on fire. But I guess Krem just didn't see her for some fucking reason, despite the fact that when he was turning to leave the house, he was turned towards her. His body was facing her. I guess he didn't see her there. Oh my goodness, man.
To kill or kidnap the person they're trying to kill or kidnap, but they just don't because the story doesn't need it to happen yet. Anyway, Supergirl conveniently is partying on the exact same planet where this is all happening.
Yeah, and she conveniently goes to the exact same bar as Supergirl's in. Despite the fact that when we see her house, there's nothing there. It's just mountain ranges, right? It's just hills and shit. But she just finds the bar out in the whole planet. Don't forget, it's a whole planet. In a massive fucking planet, right? She just finds the exact same bar as Supergirl's in.
So when Ruthie is allowed to live for no reason.
But again, we have interstellar, not interstellar. We have interplanetary bus stops. Yeah, but we ain't got a police force though. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. We got buses but no police. Okay, buddy. Sure.
She just so happens to conveniently walk into the bar Supergirl's partying in. A fight breaks out in the bar to showcase Supergirl's strength. I'm just kidding. This scene isn't even close to being as good as that meme. From here on out, the movie wants to be a revenge tale with things happening without rhyme or reason. Like, let's just start
it wants to be a revenge is bad until I do it. Because Supergirl for the entire movie was telling Ruth, hey, or Ruthie, hey, don't, revenge is bad. Revenge is not gonna make you feel better. But yet, at the end of the movie, wearing the suit that Superman gave her, she kills him. She kills Krem. Yeah. Sure, buddy. Really, yeah, revenge is really bad. And she said, oh, this is for my dog, and this is for the girl. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. That's definitely not promoting revenge. That's definitely promoting your words about revenge being bad. Either you actually enjoy and you benefit from it.
From place to place when we need to. 1, 2, 3, go. Our bad guy Epstein is without a ship after his was blown up in the skirmish earlier, and he runs across Supergirl's ship because of course he does.
And it's funny because it's not like Supergirl's ship was the only ship there. No, there was like I think there was like I remember the scene. There's like 4 other ships there, but he conveniently goes for Supergirl's ship. Wow, bro.
During the space vehicle, Supergirl and the gang come across him just as he's taking off, and he shoots the obnoxious dog right in the neck with a poison dart. While I applaud taking out the annoying CGI piss machine, I find it hilarious that this dude who's portrayed as a psychopathic murderer, a dude who's evil for the sake of it, decides to use a poison dart on a dog instead of just incinerating it or something like he does to literally everyone else. Supermid is informed that her stupid-ass dog only has 3 days to live, so she heads out to, I shit you not, collect the antidote off of Epstein that he keeps on his person. Yeah, he uses the poison darts and keeps the antidote in case he, I don't know,
accidentally poisons himself?
Accidentally poisons himself? As it
I didn't know. I didn't watch this shit. All my life, I didn't watch this fucking video beforehand.
a change of heart in the heat of the moment and wants to save the person he just poisoned? Who gives a shit? Moving on. Yes, indeed. Annoying girl wants revenge on Epstein, but Supermid tells her she'll kill him for her.
My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
That's right. For whatever reason, Supergirl doesn't want...
Is that an actual video?
Ruthie to be responsible for a death. So even though Annoying Girl will absolutely try to kill Epstein, Supermid allows her to tag along anyway, because of course she does. Then they conveniently and constantly run into people who just so happen to know where Krem's location is, because of course they fucking do. And then they're going to wherever the fuck when they're conveniently attacked by some space pirates who
And
also...
it's funny because I'll show you the family. Again, most of the other aliens speak perfect English, right? They speak perfectly common tongue. But let me just go back. Look, I'll show you.
And then they're going to wherever the fuck when they're conveniently...
See, so it's him. Fuck, I keep on fucking skipping. I keep on not timing this shit. So it's him. It's his wife. So him and his wife, right? So basically, look how they look, right? Very humanoid, very human, right? But yet Supergirl is surprised that he and his wife speak English. She's not surprised that all the other aliens that she comes across to, all the fugly fucking aliens that you come across to, can't speak English. She's not surprised about that. But she's surprised that this man right here and his wife can speak fucking English. That's very funny. That's very funny, bro. I don't know if that's accidental fucking racism, but that's pretty freaking funny how you didn't mind all the fugly aliens. You know, you weren't surprised that I'm speaking English, but you're surprised that him and his wife, who look the most human out of this whole movie, right? Oh, they can speak English. You're surprised that they can speak fucking common tongue. Yeah, that's very funny. Very, very funny.
Conveniently attacked by some space pirates who also happen to know where Epstein's island is, and they just give up the location. Wow, geez, that was easy, wasn't it? In between all this bullshit, we have a lazily placed flashback scene to fill in the gaps of Supermid's history, where we learn that when Krypton was destroyed, Her father managed the force field around one of the cities, and it just kind of floated through space for years. Unfortunately, the force field is also slowly poisoning them with kryptonite, so he sends his daughter, the future Supergirl, to stay with her cousin Superman on Earth. And then, after the flashback's over...
Yeah, she's so devastated by being the only, she's devastated by being but despite the fact that the Krypton was destroyed before she was even born. She's devastated about that, though.
They head to a planet where they just so happen to run into a husband and wife who cough up information about Epstein. Well, if it isn't the worst luck ever, their daughter's been put up for rent.
Yeah, look, this is the scene I'm talking about. She's out here, basically, talking to the guy. And you see the background right there. You see his lackey seeing this shit happen. And instead of immediately running to attack her, no. But instead of, instead of trying to attack her, or tackle her, or choke her out, or do anything, really, she just watches this happen for the sake of it.
Handsome. No, Epstein won't kill her if they somehow capture Annoying Girl and Supermid. However the hell that's gonna happen. That's right, they now want to capture Ruthie. You know, that girl they just left there after murdering her parents because the script needed them to? Oh, and then this dude Lobo. I told you there were lots of and-thens. So this dude Lobo shows up to help because, why the fuck not? He also just so happens to be hunting the bad guy in his crew too. So whatever, I guess. Now
he was hunting one of Krem's like fucking friends or some shit. He wasn't after the main guy, but it was after the one of his lackeys for some dumb reason. Even though you could have probably gotten a bigger fucking a bigger reward if you just hunted after Krem.
He's here. And then, the next part is hilariously bad writing. So, the Annoying Girl has the bad guy right where she wants him. She sneak attacks him, she's right up behind him, but Supergirl flies at the speed of sound to stop her.
Yeah, and again, why didn't she do that to attack Krem? Because Krem had his back towards Ruthie, right? And he's looking for the dark skin couple's daughter, right? He was looking for them. Krem was looking for her. So he was super vulnerable, right? So instead of Supergirl grabbing blitzing and taking Krem and beating him up before Ruth was able to stab her, no. Supergirl takes Ruthie instead. It's like, wait a minute. And then Krem kills the family, including the daughter. He kills the husband, the wife, and the daughter. So it's like, she literally caused the death of a family because she's so freaking stupid. Instead of attacking Krem, who was easily distracted, who she could have easily burst at super speed and grabbed him and beat the shit out of him and smash him through buildings and shit. Oh no. I'm gonna bleed this and grab Ruthie, and guess what happens? She causes the family to freaking die. Stupid. Idiotic.
For whatever reason, she really doesn't want this girl to be responsible for a death, which we have no idea where this moral compass comes from for Supergirl. Is she used to murdering? Does she have red in her ledger? What's driving this need to prevent this girl from...
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, don't do revenge, and then we see the backstory of the family. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. What does the destruction of Krypton and Argo City have to do anything about revenge? It is so disjointed. It's like, yeah, it was when fucking Kara and Ruthie were living at the bar couple's house and shit. And then we see a flashback of the destruction of Krypton and destruction of Argo City. It's like, first of all, you were even there when Krypton was fucking destroyed. You were even born, right? Because it happened 8 years. It literally said it happened 8 years before she was born. So that means nothing. That should be nothing to you. And then Argo City, yeah, okay, yeah, I understand why you're devastated, but it's like, what does that have to do with revenge? What does that have to do with being revenge is bad? That has nothing to do with revenge. It's not like fucking a group of bandits came and killed your family. No, your family just died from radiation. What does that have to do with revenge? It's so disjointed.
Acting revenge. Anyway, we get a hilarious answer when the bad guy murders the married couple and the daughter.
Yep.
And Supergirl sees the immediate aftermath with the bad guy walking off, actually teeing to himself. I mean, like, actually teeing, like, So Supergirl's completely responsible for these deaths.
And don't forget, he took the bride. He took the daughter as a bride at one point. So instead of just taking her and making her bride again, he just kills her. But again, yeah, it is Supergirl's fault because she's a fucking idiot. Instead of tackling Krem, she goes and tackles fucking Rufy. If you tackled Krem, you would have done both fucking. She literally could have saved the family as well as prevented Rufy from killing him. Yeah, fucking stupidity.
She, for one thing, could have just let the girl have her revenge, or two, instead of tackling the girl, tackled the bad guy.
Literally, I'm not. Yo. Oh my god. Okay. No. See, like I'm not fucking delusional here, bro. You could have easily tackled Krem, right there. Oh yeah, you could let the girl have her revenge because guess what? Supergirl, she's talking about revenge is bad, but yeah, at the end of the movie, she kills Krem. So it's like clearly your words were wind because you didn't actually mean those words. You just spewed out some shit that Clark would say, or Kal-El would say, or Superman would say, or fucking whatever. You just fucking what's it called? Parroted what would Superman would say, and then when you had the opportunity to kill him, you did. But again, as I said before, you could have easily tackled Krem, and the whole family would have been alive, and the Luffy would have killed him. Dude did two things at once.
Either choice would have prevented these murders from happening, if only this superhero wasn't retard maxing. Anyway, they find out where the villain's headed next because the plot deems it so, and it happens to be a planet with two suns, a green one and a yellow one. For some dumbass reason, they decide to land when the green sun is out, which means Super Mid is completely depowered and immobilized. And then
guess what? Rufy was on the planet because she got into the cargo hold. We didn't see her get into the cargo hold, but she was there. She got into the cargo hold somehow, despite the fact that the ship was in the middle of a recent scuffle, and we saw a bunch of fucking people surrounding it. She somehow snuck into the cargo hold, no problem.
Annoying girl is kidnapped by Epstein's crew, because of course she is. Shit just happens in this movie.
Sometimes shit happens, someone has to deal with it.
For no rhyme or reason. Things occur because they must, not because they make any sense. So how do they solve all these problems? Well, Super Mid just kind of waits until the yellow sun comes out, and then she's superpowered again. Well, that was easy, I guess. Oh my god, this movie sucks. Let's just
get... And they had also had this emotional triumph of her wearing a super suit, the Superman suit. It's like, no, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. You did not really go for that emotional journey you didn't go for any of the fucking development to even have that suit feel satisfying. You did not earn to wear that suit.
This over with. So then with Super...
And she literally called the suit stupid. When Rufy showed her the suit in the cave, right? In the cave when the green sun happened in the cave, right? Rufy showed her the suit. And she really called it... Carol literally called it a stupid suit. Because she wore it though. Yeah, buddy.
Super Mid all super powered, she goes
and saves the day
and obliterates Epstein's floating mechanical island with the help of Annoying Girl and Lobo's shitty styrofoam abs. Super Mid grabs the antidote for her dog, almost forgot about him for a second, and stops Annoying Girl from killing Epstein so that she can do it. Okay. What's with the girl boss characters in the DCU being the only ones okay with murder so far? Hawk Girl and now Supergirl are just like, I'm not your typical hero, and then commit war crimes and shit. Anyway, and then, this is the final and then.
And then nothing else because I'm done ordering, okay?
Super Mid returns to Earth to settle down and take superheroing seriously, now that she's done with her hoe phase of murder. And anyway, that's it. That's the end. That's the fucking movie. And nope, there wasn't even an after-credit scene. Thank God. Are we done with that trope? Can we let it die, please? All right, now that we're done with the story, let's start with the pros. All right, now let's go to the cons. The atrocious script. From the story breakdown, you've heard me complain about it all in bits.
Nah, the only pros that I have is Lobo. I liked Lobo. That's it. There was nothing else in the movie that I cared about. Besides Lobo, that was it. I didn't care about anything else. I didn't like anything else.
Pieces. The non sequitur and then storytelling. The unbelievable amount of coincidence and contrivances it requires for the story to even function, when it's barely functioning as a story at all. Our lead villain murders people for fun, but when it comes to Crypto, he chooses a poison dart to incapacitate him. Geez, that sure was lucky. The driving force of the plot is born entirely out of lazy writing. Awesome. Good start. Or what about the race against time countdown that can normally keep tension in a story? It doesn't happen here. In the third act, Supergirl shows up on the planet with two suns when the green one is out. Then just waits until the yellow sun rises to regain her powers. Why the fuck didn't she just show up when the yellow sun was out, since time was clearly not a factor? Or what about the main villain leaving the annoying girl as the lone survivor, just to turn around and have him be motivated to capture her for the rest of the film? Problems like this pepper the script, and we haven't even gotten into the dialogue. It's your standard modern dialogue aimed at Gen Z, the type where they just assume you're not actually paying attention visually, so they just have the characters say exactly what they're doing all the time. You know, that kind of dialogue. And that's mixed with the horrifically stale Marvel humor that was funny 15 years ago. Humor evolves.
Yeah, the whole fucking Seth Rogen thing was like, oh yeah, I would help you, drive to the thing, but I ain't got no balls and shit. I'm just like, oh my goodness, man. It's like you can't really, you can tell that if you close your eyes, you can tell they talk like just like fucking humans. Like the language difference between Earth language and the galactic language means fucking nothing. It's pretty much just humans and alien skin just talking.
But not Marvel style. It's the same type of quips, the same way everything is always undercut by a stupid joke because nothing can be taken seriously for very long. Not that anything in this movie is to be taken seriously, mind you. So to conclude this section, if you combine modern shitty dialogue with dated Marvel humor and layer it over a nonsensical plot that requires the main villain being...
I don't think I ever laughed. I'm not gonna lie. I know comedy is subjective or whatever, but I don't think I ever laughed watching this movie. Oh wait, I remember. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't laugh at any of the fucking Marvel shit, bro. The jokes did not land.
A retard, then you've got yourself a Supergirl script. Oh, and don't forget that the character has basically no meaningful journey at all, let alone a hero's one. And have I mentioned what a horrible role model Supergirl is? This is supposed to be this cinematic universe's Captain Marvel, but what I mean is these types of movies are heralded as empowering women and girls. Supergirl is a superhero that people can look up to, right? Well, she drinks, parties, has no goals or direction in life, and is also a murderer. So I mean, role model? Ignoring that which is up for debate, she simply doesn't have an arc in this movie. She just goes from point A to point B because the script deems it so, not because it happens organically in any way. She started out missing her floating home in space, but winds up back on Earth at the end and decides to call it home. Well, great. So how do we get there? Was there something that happened to her during the film that made her realize Earth is home? Was there some life-altering...
No, it wasn't. Because Frau her place of home, we just saw her get introduced to Earth by Superman and her listening to music while laying on the fucking floor. There was nothing that happened on Earth that would make her say, yeah, Earth's my home. Superman, it makes sense. He was raised by a loving family in Kansas, and that's where he got, and that's how he learned about, human morality and all that shit. Right? So for him, it's understandable why he would think that Earth's his home, right? But for her, it makes no sense. It doesn't make sense to why she would call Earth home. There's nothing that happened in the flashbacks that would say, hey, Earth's my home.
Revelation that she had that led her back to Earth? No. She just goes back to Earth because she decides to, leaving the end completely unearned. And speaking of murdering, she has absolutely no moral center, and we come away not understanding what makes her tick at all. Even in James Gunn's Superman last year, we understand why Clark is the way he is. Not only that, but Clark also has his beliefs challenged. In the most ridiculous way, sure, when the super harem is presented to him by his crazy evil space parents. But at least the movie gave the hero a barrier, something to mentally overcome. But why is Supergirl a hero, though? What drives her? What makes her okay with murder? James Gunn has the answer. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's...
He's like, yo, yeah, because Superman's like, yo, even though my parents wanted me to do all this fucking harem shit, that's not me. That's not me. That's not who they think I am. I could have done this for all this time. I didn't do it because guess what? I don't see people like that. I don't see humans like that. I don't see humans as some form of cattle. I see them as equal to me. They're important to me.
That's what. None of this is helped out by the villain of the movie, who's an absolutely goofy-ass cartoon of a character that you can't take seriously at all. He's a bad guy for no discernible reason other than evil guy is evil. Hell, even Michael Myers has more depth than this guy. I'm all for villains being evil. Hell, even Michael... He's a bad guy for...
Look at this shit, bro. You see one of his lackeys literally walking towards her, and he did nothing. He literally did nothing. He didn't fucking choke her. He didn't hit her. He didn't fucking swing an axe at her back. Nothing. He's let her yap in order for this scene to happen. Stupid.
For no discernible reason other than evil guy is evil. Hell, even Michael Myers has more depth than this guy. I'm all for villains being evil for evil's sake, but there's usually hints at something underneath. I don't need to know why the guy is the way he is, but at least give us an idea that there's a three-dimensional character here. Heath Ledger's Joker, or Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal Lecter. These are a couple top-tier cinematic villains who don't have origin stories necessarily, at least not at the time their films came out. But they were so well written, they were clearly complex people, even though they seem to be bad for the sake of being bad. I know I'm reaching here comparing this retard of a villain to Joker and Hannibal Lecter, but just to give you an idea of how far away this villain is from a top-tier one, the comparison stands. This dude sucks. This dude sucks, and with the horrible writing, I'm super happy he eats shit at the end. The closest they get...
Crime is so forgettable. He's just a wall at this point. He is such a forgettable villain. I didn't even know what his name was. Yeah, Crime is just such a forgettable fucking villain.
To giving him any personality besides, I'm a bad guy, is his very first scene when he's sitting down to intimidate his weapons maker and asks for a piece of pie. It reminded me of the opening scene of Inglourious Bastards, except, you know, done all shitty. He also just kind of looks lame. I don't know. Everything about this dude I don't like. From his costume design down to his mannerisms.
Yeah, he's eating something. If it's not pie, it's cereal. If it's not cereal, it's drinking someone's milk. It's fucking hilarious. And I mean that in a bad way. Again, you can't take him seriously, bro. And again, it's not. Again, yeah, trying to copy that scene. Trying to copy Haas Linda without really realizing why that scene was so good.
The way I'm describing him, you'd think he was at least
Hans
memorable,
Linda,
but no, he's not. He's the most cut and paste generic villain they could buy. He's basically like a royalty-free bad guy, a fair use foe. And the guy who plays him, and I will not even attempt to butcher that name, he looks like he's doing everything he can with what little he has to work with. With a script this terrible, what can you ask of these actors? Their motivations are literally undefined, so they have to make it up on their own. It's a poor acting job to be sure, but I honestly expected no less. Daniel Day-Lewis couldn't elevate this villain. And what of Millie Alcock? Stripper of all the red carpet controversies, and do we have anything of substance on screen? No. More comparisons to shake your soul. Millie Alcock's acting in Supergirl is on par with Rachel Zegler's in Snow White. With Millie Alcock, you're not watching a performance. You're watching someone who knows they're acting, if that makes sense. She doesn't get lost in the character at all. She tries to project big, obvious emotions as hard as possible. For example, she's drunk for the first third of the movie, and you know how performers on a show like SNL or other sketch shows, their performances are over the top and exaggerated? It works for comedic value on sketch comedy shows, but Millie Alcock employs that tactic here and it comes off as cringy and try-hard. I think she's pretty miscast, all things considered, but you've got to give her as much grace as any of the other actors. She can only do so much with what she's given. Maybe the director with 2 movies under his belt isn't the best at directing actors. And given the horrific script, these actors were completely set up for failure. And I might have renamed her character Annoying Girl,
Again,
but even
if you give a world class chef of shit ingredients, they're gonna make shit food. No, that's from Gordon Ramsay. I always remember. Even if you give the best chef, you have shit food. If you have fucking shit equipment and shit food, of course if you have shit equipment, you're gonna make shit food. That's how it's gonna be. I'm sorry. This was shit. When you have a fucking writer who has no experience in writing, only wrote a short, and we've directed 2 movies prior to this, that's not enough to carry a fucking second movie in a cinematic fucking universe. It's not gonna work.
Ridley as Ruthie is pretty decent, actually. It's the character that I found obnoxious, and that's not really her fault. It's just how it was written. Now we've gone through it all, except the producer of this pilot.
Give me a second, guys. dryer. It's my dryer. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get some water because my throat is my mouth is parched. Give me a second, guys. Oh my goodness. My wife. Fuck. With my pouches. My pouchies. My Starburst no sugar pouches, bro. I don't want to use my Kool-Aid ones. Ah, okay, I'm back. My pouchies.
Shit, James Gunn. I remember once upon a time when James Gunn was a heavily praised indie director who was sought after for being an auteur. And he's certainly that, isn't he? He has so many James Gunnisms that you can not only spot a movie directed by him, you can spot something produced by him. That's why I'm not surprised he greenlit this dumpster fire. It strokes his ego and has all of the James Gunnisms that tickle his fancy. Trenchcoat hero, furry sidekick, a jaded sense of retro pop music. Speaking of which, you know that particular James Gunnism where he likes to move the camera all slow-mo style around a bewildered protagonist? While a powered hero dispatches a bunch of generic bad guys over a song from his curated collection of indie music? Well, that happens 2 times in this movie. I'm not even kidding, including the worst needle drop of all time in the 3rd act, when they play a shitty female version of Jimmy Eat World's The Middle. What the actual fuck? That is so wildly out of place in this movie. Holy God. I'd say check it out for yourself, but the point of this review is to hopefully steer you away from this movie. Also, what in the world is this guy's obsession with young girls and turning them into sex slaves? That's 2 movies in a row following the same thing. First a super harem, now a pirate harem. Now those weird tweets seem even weirder, James. And his obsession with urine is front and center too, with Crypto and Supergirl urinating on screen. I don't even know what to fucking make of that. Anyway, this is probably it, folks. I think James Gunn is going to be ousted at Warner Brothers.
And then, again, I think it's just a show at James Gunn's ego. When James Gunn realized how many people like Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he tried to do it with every movie. It's just like, yeah, and that's, you know, you're just trying too hard to use the same formula, expect getting the same result. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Just because it worked one time doesn't mean it's gonna work every fucking time when you use that same formula over and over again. Okay. Let me see something. Do I even want to watch freaking Toy Story 5? I'm not even too sure I want to watch Toy Story 5, bro. I'm not even sure I want to watch Toy Story 5, man. Like, Toy Story 3 ended the best way, bro. Toy Story 3 ended so well, and then you shafted with freaking, and you freaking shafted with this shit, bro. What is Shonen Showdown doing? I don't care about dice battles. I don't care about blackjack. And I don't. Okay, I don't care about any of this shit. I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't care about rivalries or anything like this shit, man. Mm, let me see something. Maybe I can find some video. Jalen Brown trades a disaster. Yeah, they got. Oh my goodness, they got freaking shafted. The only thing they got was freaking Paul George and some pick swaps, bro. It's like, really, man. Like, do you guys want to win now? I'm sorry, man. Paul George, he kind of slipped down real quick, man. He's not the same player, bro. He's not the same. He's not the same player as he used to be, man. He's not Pacers, bro. He's not Indiana Paul no more, bro. I think that's all. Oh no. What's it called? Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. The whole GTA shit. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about too. So about the end of the stream. I'm like, oh wait a minute, there's another thing too I wanted to talk about.
Hey everybody, hope you're in the mood for some garbage because
Holy Jesus.
it's getting really bad out there. GTA 6 got itself a confirmed release date and the pre-orders opened just a few days ago on June 25th. Yes, it's official, it's real, it's coming, and this time it actually feels palpable. But ever since then, I have seen some of the lamest, most brain-dead things on the internet. Like for example, content creators and other types on X not only pre-ordering a digital game, which is already one of the dumbest and most useless things that you could ever do, but also doing it on June 24th to show screenshots of their receipts online, all just so they could be the first ones buying it. Ah, but Dez, how did they get it one day early? Well fellas, they went and created a new PlayStation account and set it to like New Zealand or something, just so that they could pre-order the game as early as possible. Now guys, I understand
And that's such a stupid thing, man, because they're gonna be the same people. Like, cause don't forget, they're keeping a lot of shit in a paywall because they want people to buy the $100 edition, right? Because everyone has. There's been hints and stuff at it um where if people are thinking about where companies are thinking about releasing games at $100, right? And this is basically the a stepping stool to that goal, right? So basically, what they're doing, what Rockstar is doing, is that they're putting a lot of shit behind a paywall for the Ultimate Edition, so that way fans are forced to buy the Ultimate Edition for fucking for over $100. And again, oh my god, people are complaining that because get over it, there's no disc, right? You you have to wait months after the release to get a disc, right? Because if you pre-order the physical copy now, when you get the game, it's only gonna be the case with the code in it. It's not gonna have the disc in it. So if you want the disc, you're gonna have to wait, a couple months to get the disc. So it's basically forcing people to get the digital game which is obviously not good because obviously they can take your identity and your data and all that shit. So yeah, ain't good, isn't it?
Excited for a new video game coming out. I can even understand being hyped that finally a new GTA game is dropping after like 13 years. But this is just ridiculous fanaticism. This is cult-like brain rot, and it actually extends to some of the stuff
Yeah,
that
because people are so starved for a new GTA. Don't forget, GTA 5 has been on 3 console generations now. PS3, PS4, and PS5. It's been on 3 console generations. These Rockstar fanboys are freaking starving. They're like African children right now. They're just starving for some food. So as Rockstar, if GTA 6 was announced and it was fucking buggy and glitchy, these niggas would still buy that game. If they knew in hindsight that it was gonna be buggy and glitchy at day one, they'll still buy the game, because it's like, hey, I have the game. It's like that. It's like being proud that you actually own the game, despite the quality of the game itself.
I'll be showing you today. But if you thought that was it isn't. There's more, and it gets worse, because not only did you have people creating accounts from other countries just to be able to send Rockstar $100 a few hours earlier than they would have had to for a game that is still 5 months away. Not only are there loads of people pre-ordering a digital copy of a game that literally cannot run out, but they're also buying scalped versions of a digital game.
Wait, hold on.
Loads of people
No way.
pre-ordering a digital copy of a game that literally cannot run out, but they're also buying scalped.
GTA 6 fans are buying eBay scalpers over a retail price for pre-orders, there being no shortage. Pre-orders on eBay are selling for over $140, with some standard editions selling for the same price as the Ultimate Edition. Some buyers are paying $100 plus for pre-orders when they can still get the 70. Bro, that's how you know. And it's so funny because, again, Rockstar knows this. They know how much leverage they got. Because guess what? A lot of game companies are avoiding the November release date, anything that involves in November. So most companies are purposely delaying their games because they don't want to compete with GTA 6. Because they know GTA 6 is going to be fucking taking over the damn market for a good 1-2 months. So the people are purposely delaying their games because they don't want to compete with GTA 6. They don't want to get overshadowed by GTA 6. It is crazy how much GTA 6 has not only the gaming companies on a chokehold, but also the freaking fans. People are so dumb that they're gonna buy a scalper. They're gonna buy scalp. It's not even like it's a PS5 where it's like a limited hardware amount, right? No, it's digital. This is a digital edition. There's no good. There's not gonna be no shortage of digital copies. That makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense how gonna be. There's no shortage of digital copies. But people are so freaking fanatic, or such fanboys of GTA, that they're gonna pay more money. They're gonna pay over $150 for a standard edition, where they just go to the Steam store or the Xbox shop or the PlayStation store and just pre-order it from there, or from a retailer. No, you're gonna go to a freaking scalper. That's how much fucking fanatic people are. Like, oh my goodness, man. It's so annoying, man. Some of these fans, bro. And some of these fans would be still complaining, oh, why is all this shit happening in game? Yeah, because of you dumb fucks. It's you fucks. Because no matter how much shit they'll throw at you, you still eat it up.
Versions of a digital game. Bro, I'm gonna repeat that. There's people putting pre-orders of the game up on eBay for over $130, and that's for now. Who knows if it'll go up even further. Some of them are the quote-unquote physical version that isn't even physical because you don't get the game on disc. It's just an empty box with a download code, and others are
and you have to wait a few months to get the fucking disc. If you want a disc, you have to wait. So basically, most of these fans, it's people gonna have that fucking FOMO, and it's like, yeah, you're forced to buy the digital copy, Like, cause both of them digital. I don't care that the getting. I'm sorry. A case of like a download code is not fucking physical. It's not physical copy. Sorry, buddy. That's not how it works. But yeah, it's basically trying to promote FOMO with these fanatics over here, bro.
Straight up digital pre-orders of the Ultimate Edition that they're selling. Because somehow, there's people buying these. The game is digital only. You can go on the PlayStation Store and just pre-order it there for the standard price, but there's donkeys buying scalped versions of these pre-orders on eBay for more money. I swear, man.
And these same people be complaining why they're so broke. Why they're so broke? Why we broke? Yeah, you're stupid. You're spending fucking money on this dumb shit, bro. Spending money on scalp. Like I don't understand people who buy off of scalpers, man. I don't understand that. I could never do something like that. I'm not paying double or triple the price for a fucking con. Like even when the PS5 was coming out, I was like, no, I'm not buying it for my damn scalp. I'm gonna wait till a retailer gets it. I'm not waiting till a freaking scalper. These scalpers gonna scam the shit out of me, bro. I don't trust any fucking scalpers at all. The scum.
And you know, I hate scammers with all my soul, I really do. But some people
but sometimes you can't even blame the scammers because they're just doing what they do. They scam like with some people some victims are like, yeah, you're just an idiot, bro. It says you're the type of people that fall for like scam like these. They'll say scam like you on a damn contact ID, and they'll still answer the damn phone, and still follow the freaking instructions, like freaking sheep.
Genuinely deserve to lose their money. Like, how can you be this stupid? GTA fanboys are giving Nintendo fanboys a run for their money. Now let's get down to business. Why the title of the video? What is this all about? Well, as curious as I am for the first GTA game in 13 years, as exciting as it is even as a concept because of the huge expectations that are riding on this game and the types of surprises that it may be hiding inside, it's still just a game, and it pisses me off to see so many bad industry practices rolled into one release that way too many people online are trying to excuse just because it's Rockstar. Everything you point out that Rockstar is doing wrong gets met with some gonk coming in like, well, it doesn't matter because it's Rockstar. It's like $80 for the standard edition? Well, doesn't matter because it's Rockstar, they deserve it. Oh, the standard edition is actually an incomplete product with certain—
Look at this! Look how much you get when you get the Ultimate Edition, bro. They're literally telling you in your face, you're not going to get the complete game unless you buy the highest edition. It is literally telling you that. But again, these Rockstar fanboys, they don't care. They just want the fucking FOMO. And some of these people not even content creators, okay, I can understand them. Like, you know, algorithm, they'll get the money back when they start releasing videos for the video. Like those content creators I can kind of understand, right? They'll get something out of it. Either like getting views or getting some money and all that stuff, understandable. For like people who are regular people, for like regular fans who are not content creators and still doing this fanboy shit, it's like, yeah, you're not getting anything out of this, bro. Like, come on, man.
Stores and customization options locked out for an additional $20. Well, it doesn't matter because it's Rockstar, they've earned it. Pre-orders are live, but we haven't even gotten an inkling of gameplay. Well, it doesn't matter. Again, it's Rockstar. It's Rockstar, bro, okay? Rockstar is the greatest gaming company of all time. Everything they do is fine. If they piss on you, it turns into gold. What? I'm not a fan of that mindset, and I'd like to first go over this supposed Ultimate Edition of theirs.
It's that mindset that, oh, no company or no person can do no wrong. And it's stupid. It's just a stupid mindset to have.
And then discuss both the cope surrounding it, but also show you examples of Rockstar and their publisher Take-Two being scumbags over the years. Like big time scumbags, doing things that even other companies like even Bethesda, Ubisoft don't do, like suing their own communities. These are things that people seem to just forget. Just because it's Rockstar. They get way too much of a pass. They're hailed as heroes of the industry or some shit, but they're not. They've done a lot of anti-consumer garbage, and the Rockstar of today is nowhere close to the Rockstar of the 2000s before GTA Online came and changed everything about them. They still make very good games, there's no doubt about that. Their production quality is up there among the highest the industry has ever seen. But that's kind of the bare minimum that should be expected from every big publisher that spends money quite the same way that they do, you know what I mean? Like, the truth is that every other big publisher in the industry is just so goddamn bad at their jobs, so incompetent, that they make Rockstar look like a god among men just because they put out a solid game every few years that actually looks and plays like it justifies the budget that is put into them. This is incredibly rare in the industry. We have games being made with like $200 million, $300 million, $400 million that look like they should have cost.
Crazy how like it's same thing with movies too. They're spending so much money on these resources and shit, and then the quality ends up being like glitchy or some shit, or like such lagging and all that stuff, and they get mad when people start not liking it.
Cost like 50. And this comparison only gets even worse if you start looking at other games, like you start looking at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Bulky game. Lots of quality in that one too. And I think it was only like $50-60 million. Expedition 33. Bulky. High quality game. $10 million. Then you look at other games like South of Midnight, which we spoke of in the last video, and it's like, what? $100 million? What did you and drop a big bag of money on the way to the bank or some shit? What the fuck what are you talking about? And let's not talk about Concord, okay? Rockstar is like that quiet kid in class that does all the homework, gets good marks on his tests, but ends up in the Hall of Fame because every single other colleague of his is on fentanyl. And then of course they're rewarded for it. They rake in money like crazy. GTA 5 has earned them over $10 billion alone. EA, Ubisoft, 2K, Bethesda, Square, and Sega, Sony, Xbox, shit, even Nintendo should be ashamed of themselves and should also count themselves lucky that current day Rockstar only puts out one game like every 7 years. If they were doing more consistent releases like they used to back in the day, they would be eating everyone else's lunch. But that's pretty much the only praise Rockstar is going to be getting in this video. Let's get into this egregious Ultimate Edition, and then let's get into the rest that I mentioned in the next topic. So, for 80 bucks, you get yourself the Standard Edition. You can either get it digitally, or you can get a box with a code in it. Thanks a lot, Rockstar. Thank you so much.
So again, it's either digital or digital. Like code in a box. I'm sorry, man. Getting a code in a box is not physical, buddy.
Coming out and supporting the shit out of your games, making GTA 5 alone be a game.
So it's basically either you download it digitally, or you get a code to download it. Like, it's either you download it digitally from the store, or you get a code to download it digitally. Like,
that earned you digital, money in the 11 digits, $10 whole billion still wasn't enough for you to be gracious enough to provide a physical copy for the millions of gamers out there hoping to own a solid copy of the game. So again, thanks a lot. Next up, let's read the synopsis, I guess. Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. I'm not gonna lie to you
yeah, so it's like some bonding
guys, this is a dog shit synopsis. I'm a big GTA head. I played all of them except one. I think it was on the PSP only or something. It was the Chinatown Wars or whatever. But beyond that, I remember even playing the top-down view GTA games way in the past. While admittedly back then the stories weren't the thing that I was most excited by as a kid, I've come to appreciate these stories more as a teenager and then as an adult as I've been replaying them over the years. with GTA 4 and GTA 5 becoming my favorite stories in the series, with a bonus for GTA 4 for also having some of the best characters that I think we've ever gotten. And so far, the
what about San? I don't know. San Andreas I like San Andreas a bit better than GTA 5. GTA 4, Vice City, and San Andreas are like the best ones. GTA 5 is close there. It's close, but it's like no, you don't reach it there, bro.
trailers for 6 have done nothing for me, and these bits and pieces of synopsis don't either. GTA is selling itself on name alone right now, and while I understand that they built a reputation that gives them that privilege, it still highlights a negative point that, mark my words, will inevitably lead to Rockstar growing complacent. In fact, it might have already. The game isn't out yet, we'll see what happens, right? But when it comes to showing love to their own games and being experimental, oh buddy, the complacency has been there for at least 10 years now, as Rockstar completely cancelled planned story expansions for GTA 5 and didn't even bother doing a sequel to Undead Nightmare with Red Dead 2. Again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, the Rockstar of the 2000s is not the same as today's Rockstar, and that's not a compliment. Now all this is very fine and dandy, but
like Ubisoft is not the same. Naughty Dog's not the same. I'm tired of that, man. It's not the same company.
let's have a look at how much you're getting shafted by clicking the Ultimate Edition and seeing how much content they're borrowing from the Standard Edition just so that they can sell you the goddamn game for $100, which was their initial idea. Bet money, Rockstar and Take-Two wanted to sell this game for $100, but they couldn't because they know the reactions. They're always a sea of shit. And so Rockstar didn't want to do that big of a jump, so instead they go for the base game at $80, then cut a bunch of shit out, put it on the side for a $100 edition, which is the actual full game. Bet money that's what happened, and it'll be
I mean, it literally is. When you compare, when you're locking basically basic customization away, that's basically what you're doing. You're cutting out so much features away from the base edition, right? You're basically trying to nudge people to buy the $100 edition. And this is what people have been talking about for a couple of years now. It's that the gaming companies are trying to slowly push that price up to $100, but they can't do it because you know how actual gamers would be fucking pissed off. So they're not gonna do that, but they're gonna do sneaky ways of making you pay for that $100. And it's to basically give you a whole bunch of shit for the Ultimate Edition, and basically give you nothing for the base edition. It is clearly the obvious form of, we want you to buy the Ultimate Edition. This is clearly what it is. And if people don't notice that, then they're just blind, or they're being purposely stupid.
Disputed when we go through each item on this list individually, because I shit you not, there's 16 items and only one of them feels like actual additional content. The pre-order incentives remain the same on both Standard or Ultimate. You get these two things: the Vintage Vice City pack, which adds 2 outfits, a car, and a paint job for your guns, and you get a free month of GTA Plus, which is beautiful. Oh, this is very beautiful indeed. I can't wait to see how bad things are going to get for online players this time around, with Rockstar pushing this additional subscription bullshit. By the way, a warning in case you're pre-ordering this game now or even later to preload: every pre-order counts as a pre-order, so it'll come with this free month of GTA Plus, and the renewal is automatic. So if you're playing on a console where you have your credit card logged in, it will charge you month to month. So remember to turn off auto renewal or remove your card information from the checkout. Otherwise, yeah, you'll be charged, because of course John Rockstar and Timmy Take-Two decided to add this little auto renewal thing. I mean, hey, they made 10 billion with GTA 5, they're looking to make it $1 trillion this time around. So those are the pre-order things, which are available for everyone, including standard pre-orders. Now though, feast your eyes on this nice little list of shit down here. All this stuff is only available to you if you buy the $100 edition of the game. Let's go item by item. Number 1, 1995 Grotti Cheetah. God damn, that's a nice looking car, huh? Grottis are the GTA universe's versions of Ferraris, and well, if you want this car in your game,
And
you gotta
again, that's why you get the shit. That's why they're literally forcing you to buy the Ultimate Edition, because they're gonna give you so much of stuff. They're gonna give you so much stuff for the that you get. Yeah, they give you so much bonuses for the Ultimate Edition that for the average consumer is gonna be like, well, might as well get the Ultimate Edition because I get all this stuff. That's the whole purpose. That's why they're doing that. They're giving that's the whole purpose. The whole point is to force you to buy the Ultimate Edition by giving you so much bonuses when you get the Ultimate Edition. They are forcing consumers to buy the Ultimate Edition because you get all of this stuff. You get so much stuff from the Ultimate Edition that for the average consumer could be like, well, if I get the Standard Edition, I'm not gonna get all this stuff. So why not just spend a couple extra why not spend another $20 just to get all this stuff plus more?
shell out $20 for the Ultimate Edition, because guys, it's just that there's literally no other way that Rockstar could have put this in the game without. Okay, it is what they need money. They are the small independent studio.
Yeah.
Number 2, Hawk and Little Morgan revolvers. His and hers versions of this powerful revolver with classic Vice City stylings sourced from the Vercetti estate, including palm tree etched grips, engraved detailing, and high performance.
I thought the Vercetti was not in the 3D universe because the HD and 3D universes are separate. They're not linked. Sure, they'll probably do some like nods to each other, but it's not linked. So I don't know why they're doing all this. They're doing this mention of Vercetti. Well, there's no such thing as a Vercetti. The Vercetti family, the Vercetti crime family, does not fucking exist in the HD universe.
Scope. Just a nice couple of hand cannons. This section of the video will be both for me to show you how hard you're getting fleeced by Rockstar and Take-Two, but also to note some details in some of the things that they show. So for example, in the image there, you got that money stack and it has wires and shit. You see over there? Makes me wonder if it's some kind of unique explosive that we'll have, but I don't know what would be the use for it. Even the revolvers, the thing that I've always found funny about weapons in GTA games is that there's not that much use for it, and so I wonder if in GTA 6 they're going to add more stuff for you to bite into in terms of open world gameplay. It's not that there's no use for weapons in GTA games, of course there is, but not to the point where it merits huge weapon variety and weapons that behave very differently for builds or whatever. And so I'm wondering if GTA 6 adds something else to it. In Red Dead 2, for example, weapons were far more relevant because, well, it's the Wild West, there were bounties to take, there were gang hideouts to take out, so on and so forth. Anyway, next item, number 3, personalized weapon variants. Wow, you couldn't just have had these in the game, huh? My fellow Americans in chat, excuse me, cause I'm an European, so my gun knowledge is all from Counter-Strike, but that's like a 9mm and a Glock, right? So these are just standard guns in the game, but yeah, the customized engravings with Jason's and Lucia's names, plus the gay collar for her gun.
This stupid bullshit. A car, a fucking a revolver with a big ass sniper scope on it, and some personal in a couple customization cosmetic weapons. Like, come on, man. Like they're basically forcing you to pay the $100 edition while being as fucking cheap as possible. 1 month of GTA Plus, 1 month. Wow, man. Fucking scam, such scammers, man. Openly scammers.
Couldn't have been in the standard game. It had to be taken out to pretend like the $100 version is this big, bulky, amazing deal. That's the word on the street, by the way, that the $100 version of this game is a beautiful, charitable move by Rockstar that is, oh my god, so much cheaper than all the other video games and their Ultimate Editions. This moron, TK Mantis, a Starfield and Bethesda fanboy, posted this image to try and be like, oh, see, actually Rockstar is offering so much more for so much less. Are you stupid. All of those versions that he posted that go up into the $130 were the full game plus season passes that were going to include expansions, story expansions that would come in the future. This is for most of them on the list. Of course, NBA 2K, I don't give NBA 2K, that game is a sham. It's a casino for kids. It is what it is. Shouldn't even be counted here. Fuck that game and fuck those who publish it. But the rest, even though they're bad games like Star Wars Outlaws is on that list, I would not recommend that to anybody. But the context matters, because you got the full game and then there were these expansions that they worked on for the next 1 or 2 years and they would be included in this price. That's not what GTA 6 is doing. There's no expansion of content that's going to come in the next 1 or 2 years. These are just little items that should be in the base game, but were barred out and are being sold for $100. But if people like TKS Mantis want to shill for this, who am I to stand in his way? All I'll say is that we used to have studios doing stuff like this 15-20 years ago already. They would take something from the base version of the video game, like an additional armor piece or an additional weapon or color scheme or whatever, and they would be like, hey, you get the deluxe edition for like $8 more and you get this item that is totally new, guys, trust us. And you know, gamers used to notice that and call it out. But now, the new generation is comprised of a bunch of who just take it. And frankly, a lot of the older generation has softened into the same state too. They see this and they call it a good deal, like, yeah, sure dude. Designs for the grip and an engraving with their name. Great deal, truly. Next, whatever. Number 4, Vice City style. Whether poolside or side by side. Who the fuck wrote this? ChatGPT, by the way? Like, what the... Anyway, Jason and Lucia can look the part with exclusive outfits, tattoos.
Bro, like, the tattoos now. It's so funny how she has fucking, she got a, I forgot what it was called. I forgot what it was called. Those edges, yeah. Edges and shit. Bro, your tattoo, exclusive tattoo, bro. How cheap do you want to be? You're forced people to buy the $100 edition, but you're so freaking cheap. Oh my goodness, man.
And more. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. Again, these ugly ass clothes, matching tattoos, and then 2 basic bitch hairstyles couldn't be in the base game. They gotta be exclusive to the Ultimate Bundle. Number 5. This one is a bundle of vehicles for Jason, apparently. A green off-road style bike and an orange kayak. That's it. Are you excited yet? You should be. It's a bike and a kayak, guys. Please make sure to note the orange car over there, by the way, on the same picture. Make sure you note that. Because number 6, Ganado Retro Build. Inject some muscle and classic stylings into Jason's well-worn Vapid Ganado low-riding pickup with exclusive mods. Wow, sounds so crazy and exclusive, but honestly, if you pay attention to the last one, the Jason Safe House Vehicles pack, this car is parked in the same place. It's right there in the same picture. So basically, this shit is next level content removal. Rockstar isn't just taking
Literally. Instead of having the Granado with the kayak and the motorcycle, no, we're gonna separate them two. Even though you get it, either you get the kayak and the bike in the same edition, we're gonna separate them for some reason. Jeez, man.
Things that should already be in the game and setting them aside to make you pay more for GTA 6, it's taking content from packs in the Ultimate Edition so they can create a new slot like this and make the Ultimate Edition look even more bulkier. Oh, I'm sorry guys, like, I'm mostly joking here fellas, but they did do it. Like, ain't no reason not to include the car's name in the kayak and the bike. They just show the kayak, show the bike, show the car. It's parked in the same place, but this way, it legit comes across as another piece of content. Instead of 15, now it has 16. Same with some of these hairstyles that you see. They could have put it all in one bundle, but they put them up individually, because this way it looks like you're getting more. These people, you think they don't...
like the whole, like the Vice City Classics, Vice City clothing, and then, oh, but not only the retro Vice City clothing, but you also get the modern clothing. It's like, why not just put them in one? No, but you're trying to fluff up the content bonuses to make it seem like you're getting so much for the $100 edition.
Go to marketing school. They don't just go to marketing school, they go to marketing school for dumbasses, which are specifically designed strategies to make retards go, oh my god, you know, like TKS Mantis. I can do it too. You guys want to check it out? Check it out. Welcome to the Desambro's Meaningless Digital Merch Store. Item number 1, Royal Blue Pen. Whether you're cutting dirty checks, going full John Wick, or signing your way into $1 billion mansion, you can do it in style with this exclusive Royal Blue Pen. Available now for $100. I actually had to get up right now to take these pictures that you just saw on the screen, and it's just so stupid. A pen sticking out of a vase. But you bet money if it was part of the Ultimate Edition, there would be GTA fanboys defending that shit. Number 7, Ride Out Custom Mod Shop. Fantastic. So you know in GTA San Andreas and GTA 5 you can drive your car into a Los Santos customs garage and then you can pimp the car out in there however you want it. Well,
so you're telling me that at a shop is, bro, if this is not obviously trying to push it about the Ultimate Edition, I don't know what the fuck is, bro. It is, a shop is not, wow, okay.
in GTA 6, you can't fully engage with it. You need the Ultimate Edition to be able to go into shops because otherwise they'll be closed. I believe this one is for like lowrider type of cars, and up next you're going to see one that is for off-road cars. Ah, but Des, maybe the designs are special. That's just cope. It's the same as if Rockstar sold a more expensive edition of GTA 5, where they would have certain colors or certain material types for painting, like for example the chrome paint, which makes the whole car look like a mirror, or the neon lights under the car, or maybe the colored smoke, or the more exotic rims, etc., and locked all of that behind a paywall called Special Customs Garage or some shit like that. Like, come on guys, you're paying for removed content. Let's just call a spade a spade. The game world is the game world and everything in it was yours to interact with. Only thing they were going to charge you more for is if they ended up doing the single player expansions that they cancelled. This is how you do additional content, not this shit. Number 8, Sarah's Unisex Salon.
And it, like, oh my gosh. Look at this, they're putting facial hair and makeup behind a pay. Like, how scummy are you guys? You're putting facial hair behind. You're putting a shop. You're putting little shop behind a paywall. How scummy are you, bro?
Same thing as the last one. It's just a goddamn shop. Quote, get signature salon styles for both Jason and Lucia, including facial hair for Jason and makeup and nails for Lucia. Only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. Like, yeah, sure thing, buddy. See, the store should always be open for business, but basically, fellas, what happens is, if you only bought the Peasant Standard Edition, what happens within the game's lore...
Guess what? They'll ask you, hey, did you buy the Ultimate Edition or the Standard Edition? They see you buy the Standard Edition, they fucking close up shop. They kick you out the shop, bro. they kick you out the shop, bro. That's automatic, man.
Or is that Trump's tariffs come into play, and so Sarah's salon has to close down because she can't afford rent. But if you buy the Ultimate Edition, then everything is fine. Like, I don't know, Elon stimulus checks come in the mail or something. Maybe Kamala won the election, and Sarah can afford rent again, at least until Rockstar decides to maybe do an expansion or something like that, where suddenly the stores are closed again unless you buy the Ultra Chungus edition of the game. Great designs too, like, yeah, for sure. Nah, you couldn't have a shop that has a mullet in the base game. No. Mullets and shaquisha hairstyles are only for the $100 version. Number 9, Shih Tzu Squallow. I don't even gotta say anything else. It's in the name. It's a shitty pink and baby blue boat with decals. What is interesting about it though is the mention of an explosives-laden weapons crate. It's not the last time we'll be hearing about weapon crates or weapon lockers in these items, which makes me wonder if GTA 6 is getting rid of the classic weapon wheel system that we've had in all GTA games so far, where we pretty much carry every weapon on our imaginary inventory. The mention of weapon crates make me think that with the new game, they're going to go for a more realistic approach, like for example with Red Dead Redemption 2 or Max Payne 3, where we carried weapons on hand and in person. So basically you drive a car, your car is the one that has your weapon inventory, just like the horses in Red Dead 2. Then you pick up whatever you want to carry on your person and you take it with you. This sounds a bit weird because unlike Red Dead Redemption, where it feels normal to walk around with a rifle on your back, because again it's the Wild West, GTA hits different, as in modern times, weapons should be concealed. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I wish we had gotten some goddamn gameplay already. This question would probably be answered, but as such, I have no idea if this is what a weapon crate refers to, or if it's just a deluxe ultimate yappery to make the stupid vehicles and clothes feel more premium. Same thing with the part that says, perfect for casting in Gambit Bay and reeling in catches of all sorts. It kinda makes me think that they are adding fishing to GTA 6, which wouldn't be too crazy since they already added it to Red Dead 2, but of course Red Dead 2 had a light survival component, which made it make more sense, and over here I guess it could still make sense, more of a hobby or a side
I just saw another store that's behind a paywall.
Challenge thing. I just don't know if this is lingo to make these things look marketable or actual feature talk. Number 10, fellas. Wow, by the way, 10 pieces of additional content already covered, and there's still like 7 to go. Amazing. Rockstar truly offering the best value for all the shit that should be already in the game. So number 10, Stock 305 Clothing Store. That's right, fellas. More shops that are closed if you buy the Peasant $80 edition, but if you get the premium edition, then magically the doors are open to you. The clothes don't even look good, dude. Like this picture here makes Lucy look like shit, which kinda got me thinking about something else, which is there's items that we've scrolled by that just don't look appealing.
Jeez, man, she got no chest.
At all.
God damn.
And what's worse is that, let's say that you want half of these items, but you don't want the other half. You can even just buy it for 10 bucks or whatever for the ones that you want. You gotta get the bulk. So let's say you're a gamer who doesn't care at all about clothing and haircuts, but you do care about vehicles and guns. Well, too bad, you gotta pay for the clothes too. Number 11, 1967 Vapid Dominator Buggy. That's it, fellas. It's a buggy. Congratulations, sir. Your premium $100 Ultimate Edition content. Once again, what's described is far more interesting than the offer itself. We see another mention of a weapon locker in the car, which makes me think again back to that thing from Red Dead 2. I don't know how to feel about this. A lot of GTA's gameplay isn't even about having your own damn car. It's about spotting a car that isn't yours and that looks good and just taking it. I mean, the game is called Grand Theft Auto, for fuck's sake. Not having access to my guns if I have to ditch my car in a police chase or whatever doesn't sound good. But if I say anything, I'll get a mob of GTA fanboys telling me to shut the f up because number 1, we haven't even seen gameplay yet. Number 2, even if we haven't seen gameplay, it doesn't matter because it's Rockstar, and of course Rockstar can do no wrong.
Yeah, and I hate that toxic positivity thing. It's like, oh yeah, you can't say anything bad about a game or a show or a movie until it comes out fully. Even if this trailer's coming out and we have a negative reception of it, you can't talk about anything bad about the movie. It's a problem to talk about anything bad about something. Okay, sure, buddy.
You know, except all the times that they did do wrong, and all the times in the future where that'll increase because their fanboys are lowering their standards down to the nucleus of the earth. Something else that's interesting is it says that it's stored at the Paradise Garage in Watson Bay, making me wonder if garage lockups will be unique to certain regions or have restrictions. And finally, quote, plus a secure place to deposit stolen goods to be fenced. So Jason and Lucia will be able to steal stuff and sell it to fences? Can we do our own store heist this time around, maybe? You know, like small time stuff? And then have that be more profitable than in GTA 5? Because in GTA 5, you could do your own little heists, like you could heist money vans, for example, or hold up gas stations, but the take was always pointless and not worth the risk. So that's kind of interesting if in 6 we'll be able to have a whole thieving system that provides worthwhile rewards. Gee, do I wish that we had some gameplay to be able to know all these details. Wouldn't that be crazy? Number 12. Electric Fang Tattoo Parlor.
Yep.
Stockyard's most iconic ink bar with over 50 signature tattoos for both Jason and Lucia, all designed by the artist collective Failey. Only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. Yes, another store that only magically opens with the right edition of the game, and my goodness, what an amazing offer. Tattoo designs, oh shit, totally couldn't be in the base game, guys. No, you know, the designs, they're just too good. I mean, look at that, look at his arm, what is that, flowers? Holy shit, boys, you can't just get flowers anywhere else. You need an exclusive store for that. Let's see this other picture. Oh man, oh shit, what's on Lucia's leg?
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh my.
Is that what? Is that
That was a fucking shiesty tattoo. Oh my goodness, bro.
the symbols from the Cult of Adam in Fallout 4? Oh shit, boys, now I'm definitely gonna buy it. See, I wasn't sure that I was gonna buy it before, but now I'm definitely gonna buy it. Two skeletons sitting down thinking, but with big black wings on them. Let's just move on, man. Number 13, One-Eyed Willie's Mod Shop. Basically a garage specifically for off-road cars. Again, only open with the Ultimate Edition. With GTA 5, you'd go into a clothes store and buy clothes. Several different styles. There was a Binko store or whatever it was called with the crappy clothes. Then there was a Suburban with the mid-tier clothes and the more stylish stuff. And then there was the high-tier fancy suit store. In San Andreas, it was called D-Sax or something like that, but I forgot the name in GTA 5. You'd walk into a tattoo parlor and you'd just get tattoos. No fuss, no muss. Accessories were available in clothes shops too, and of course, Los Santos.
And not only that, it was so fun because in GTA San Andreas, you can change your body. So for example, if you eat a lot of food, if you overeat, you get fat. If you work out and hit the gym and shit, you get like big and shit. You get swole. Saturday fucking removed that. They Saturday removed that unique feature in GTA.
Customs kitted out your cars, all of your cars. You bring in a truck, it kits out your truck. You begin a regular car, kits out your regular car. Bring in a sports car, kits out your sports car. Bring in an off-road car, kits out your off-road car. Now we gotta pay extra to have new shops that kit out specific cars. So the other one was like lowriders or whatever, and this one will be off-road cars. Like, this is just bullshit, guys. It just is what it is. Number 14, Good Time Gear, a capsule collection of apparel and accessories, blah 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 blah. Who gives a f? It's basically a fan service store. Ooh, Vice City, I remember that. I played it. That's what this shit looks like. Totally couldn't be in the game either.
Yeah, it's like oh, Vic Vance, Tommy Fassetti, bro.
No, you gotta pay to access it. Same kind of thing in Watch Dogs 2, by the way. It's literally what Ubisoft does to their games, but we can't say anything here because it's Rockstar. Number 15, my favorite one that actually made me crash out when I saw it. PTT Youngin's Illegal Goods Store. Probably the stupidest, most cringe one of the bunch. Quote, raid the compound of one of Southside.
Yeah, it's funny how it's a bunch of niggas too. What does that say about us, huh? PT Young, yeah, says a lot about niggas.
Vice City's loudest and most socially active gangs and escape safely to score some special items and distinct contraband. Exactly what is the special items and distinct contraband here? Pink gloves? Lime green weapons? Is that a lime green reflex?
Ain't no way, bro. You trying to act all hood and shit, and you have a freaking pink gloves and green gun. Like you have a Nerf gun and some pink gloves, bro. No one's gonna take you fucking seriously.
Sight on the gun? The thing looks like a goddamn BB gun. Like, what are we doing?
It looks like a toy.
What else am I getting? The pink sunglasses? The teal underpants? Do I get the pink pajama pants of the retard in the back? Do I get his pink beanie too? Do I unlock green dreadlocks at the barber shop? What about the fellas on the bike? What do we get?
Yeah, I get a pink bike. Yeah, pink bike, some dreadlocks too. Oh my goodness, man.
Here, purple dreads, pastel colored gloves, baby blue and pink. To go with the bike? You gonna get me that bike too? Pink and baby blue? What are you fucking stupid? What is this garbage? Fortnite? Is this what GTA is now? You trying to tell me that this is the compound of one of Vice City's loudest gangs? What are they being loud for? Are they skipping rope and trading Pokemon cards or some shit? Or what are they playing? Are they playing paintball with their friends? Is that it? Because you're not gonna convince me that these soy boy looking in pink, purple, and baby blue are hardened criminals. This shit alone was so cringe that it was enough to make me not want to buy this, and honestly made me concerned with the state of the overall game, because it's actually reminiscent of Saints Row 2022's whole twist, where instead of the game being Saints Row, it was sanitized teddy bear modern bullshit. I'm cutting it here, I'm crashing out again. Finally, number 16 and the last item on the list. Classic car collection. Track down a variety of abandoned classic and work-in-progress project cars and revitalize them to their former glory in this special commission from eccentric car collector and local fixer Wyman. This last one is the only one out of all of these that actually feels like additional content. Everything else in here has just been, oh
yeah, because like it seems like it's like a mission. Yeah, you're tracking down this stuff. So it's like a side. You get like side missions to do this and shit like that. You get to keep the cars, but all this shit, it's clothing and stores and all this stuff behind a freaking paywall. It's actually so stupid.
Hey look, a store inside the game world with customizable items that we've always been able to have access in these games, but only opens up if you pay more money. Or additions that are just lame, like the pickup truck vehicle, or the green bike, or the stupid boat, or the kayak. What the fuck do I need these for? It's GTA, just go out on the street, there's a whole traffic load of cars to take. Need a boat? Head out to the dock. Just take one. Need a kayak? Shit, I remember finding kayaks and rowing out into the distance in Red Dead Redemption 2. I tried to make it through the water over to the other side of the map, the western side that was locked until you beat the story with. Yeah, don't try to do that yourselves, by the way, just trust me. It's just weak crap that you just know was already in, but was picked apart to be sold separately. This, on the other hand, feels like an actual palpable piece of extra content. It adds a variety of unique cars and a unique type of mission to track them down and then invest in fixing and polishing them for your use. Each one might even be quite pricey, which incentivizes us to make more money. Kinda how in Cyberpunk 2077 I remember grinding out gigs and gang hideouts to save money so that I could buy a brand new premium ride or a brand new premium apartment one after another. So as far as the classic car collection pack goes, I got no problems with it. The rest though, it feels like a scam, and it's being defended so widely, and it's kind of crazy because it's not even just a defense based on reason. It's not like, no, I believe that this is fine because of this reason and this reason. No, there's this, I don't know man, there's this inherent pride to it. This whole thing where it's like, like, hell yeah, I'm paying $100 for this game. Of course I am. It's GTA. Hell yeah. You know, there's something very deeply retarded and childish about this. It feels like if Rockstar had made the game $150, you know, just for the sake of an example, these people would still be supporting it. These people would still be chanting around it, saying that it's GTA. It's the biggest event in gaming, and this is like buying a golden ticket into it. Like, they don't even advocate for themselves, you know, for their own self-interests. Like, they want to spend as much money as possible. Like, the concept of, for example, going, man, wouldn't it be nice if GTA 6 was $60 to stick it to the rest of the industry that keeps advocating for pushing prices up, is a bad one. They don't want to pay $60, they want to pay $160. So anyway, guys, I wanted to go through all of that individually with you so that I could explain exactly how I felt about each one of them. I don't want to squat.
Stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's such again. It's putting basic shit behind a paywall to force you to fucking pay for it. And obviously we know it's we fucking people buying it, so it's like they're gonna win. Rockstar's gonna fucking win, no matter how much they treat their fans like crap. Their fans are gonna still fucking say, yes, daddy, please, please, I want more.
Down on anyone's parade. I get why the advent of a new GTA game sounds exciting, and even though I can't say I trust Rockstar because I'm not 14 years old anymore, I've been burned enough times by various studios in this wide industry that I decided to trust only to be disappointed later. Too many, dude, you know, Bethesda, Obsidian, Naughty Dog, Santa Monica, Don't Nod, Sucker Punch, CD Projekt Red, it goes on and on and on. Rockstar isn't infallible. They work like everyone else. They have veterans who created GTA leaving the studio just like other companies had veterans that made them very successful doing the exact same thing, leaving for new projects, new studios, or just retirement. Rockstar is not a deity, it's just a company. But again, I understand why it feels exciting. I understand the trust to an extent because what was their last game? Well, it was Red Dead 2, and that shit, as far as it goes with me, was a game that I loved playing for hundreds of hours. But that whole thing with the Ultimate Edition is packed with anti-consumer nonsense. Beyond that, their choice to make the game digital only, even if you buy a physical copy that isn't even a physical copy, is another example of a bad practice. It would have cost them nothing to just make it an actual physical copy. But that is actually making physical copies has various distribution charges. What are your savings? Where are they? The game is digital only, and it's expensive as all hell. $80 for the base edition, which doesn't even come with all the content. You gotta pay $100 for that. So where are your savings for Rockstar to be neglecting a physical edition? Because that's the other thing too. It's like if you were selling the game for $60 and it was only digital, I could understand that. I could shut the up about it. I genuinely would. I'd be like, okay, fine, well, there's no physical edition, but it's $60. But we don't have that. Instead, it's even more expensive. You pay more, you get less. That's how stupid these GTA fanboys are. And what frustrates me more is that it's not the first time that Rockstar employs bad practices. Again, back with GTA 5, we were supposed to get single-player expansions. We didn't because their GTA Online did so insanely well with millions of people spending money on shark cards that they shifted all their focus on making more garbage for that online mode to the point of ridicule. Did you know that they had flying bikes on that shit? That's how far and ridiculous the GTA Online world went. So that was GTA 5. Any future plans that fans were...
Yeah, I remember I played GTA Online and it was just so chaotic, man. You had freaking flying freaking vehicles and shooting people down. It's just like I couldn't even go to a store without freaking getting shot down. It was so annoying. So I just stayed off of GTA Online. It just got freaking annoying.
were excited for shoved aside for GTA Online. Then Red Dead 2 comes along and the exact same thing happens, except this time it was because the online mode in that game wasn't hot enough. So they just abandoned the game and went back to cranking out more shit for GTA Online. Red Dead Redemption 2's case is so bad that they even abandoned patching the game. There were some issues that were never fixed, and when the new consoles came along just 2 years after the launch of the game, they didn't even bother doing a PS5 and Series X version with an additional push in the visuals or frame rate. Instead, the game was basically abandoned as is. And of course, no story expansions, no Undead Nightmare 2. Everyone wanted it, everyone was waiting for it, everyone was ready to pay for it, but we didn't get it. Cause that takes more time than just putting out another piece of shit content pack for GTA Online. You know, gamers have this saying, which usually goes something like, why would I give my money to people who hate me? It's usually used in context of really bad content being put in games, or really bad stories retconning original characters and lore in long-beloved franchises who decided to abandon the core fanbase and cater to a modern audience instead. It's also used in the context of when studios hire unhinged community managers who express how much they hate gamers, such as the one that I showed in the last video. But do you guys really think that Rockstar cares all that much about us whenever they make decisions like these? Again, for the third time, the Rockstar we grew up with is not the Rockstar we have now. Somehow, people also forgot all about the total shit show that was the GTA
Oh my god, yeah! Though it looked so garbage, man. The graphics looked so bad. Instead of just redoing a remaster, like instead of just leaving the graphics the same, just making it available to the instead of just not touching the graphics, just make it available to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. No, you have to fucking upgrade the graphics and shit, and it looked garbage. It looks terrible.
Trilogy remaster or remake or whatever the hell it was. That was one of the biggest botched launches we've ever seen, and it was a Rockstar and Take-Two interactive thing. First, the price. $60 for what was essentially 3 upscaled mobile ports of 20-year-old PS2 games that looked like shit. And I don't mean the original games, I mean the ports. There were mods for these games that looked far better than their own work. Yes, it was developed by a separate studio called Grove Street Games, something people didn't even know until later, but Rockstar outsourced it themselves. They were still responsible for the end product. Again, there were mods for those games that looked better than their own work and that you could get for free, while they had the gall to put a full price on theirs. And then on top of that, they went ahead and delisted the original games, which look far better than the remasters. And to top it all off, Take-Two went on a legal rampage, sending DMCA takedowns to fans of the games. They targeted their own community, sending legal threats to modders who were upkeeping these original games for years and making mods that overhauled them better than Rockstar's own work. This is beyond egregious. This was the day I lost all faith with Rockstar. Am I still unbiased enough to say that Red Dead Redemption is like my top 3 favorite game of all time? Yes. Am I still unbiased enough to say that I've been enjoying replaying GTA 5 and GTA 4 before it? Yes and yes. But I lost faith in them. They're not the beloved studio they were anymore. They're corporate assholes who will make a pile of garbage remaster that looks worse and plays like crap, packed with goddamn bugs, and delist the originals so that you are forced to buy their new garbage. And then to top it all off, go after modders who did their work better than them. They literally bulldozed through every alternative that people had for playing GTA 3, GTA San Andreas, and GTA Vice City to make sure that you were stuck with this piece of shit.
And that's why people want physical copies. And you wonder why people want physical copies of the game, because this shit could happen at any time. At any time, the PlayStation Store, the Steam Store, or the Xbox Store, whatever, can pull down these games, and you'll never see them ever again. That's why people want the physical copies, because what they're trying to do is kill physical media, so that way they have you under their control. And that means that any game that causes any liquor controversy or whatever, they can take it down and you'll never see it. And this is why people want physical copies. It's because of this exact reason.
think this GTA 6 console only thing isn't the same thing that I got a bridge to sell you. This is why they're not releasing on PC right away. Oh, I see a lot of cope posts like this one making jokes that, oh, of course GTA 6 can't release on PC because PC gamers are unruly and will just create all manner of crazy mods. When accosted with the question, yeah, so what's wrong with mods? They make games more fun and are entirely optional. The responses were always, yeah, well what about the online mode? Mods online would be cheating and unfair to others. And it's like, first of all, there's anti-cheat tools precisely for this reason. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Are you stupid? How do you think online games work on PC? Oh, you think so far the only multiplayer games ever to exist have been released only on consoles? And second, GTA 6 isn't releasing with
Single player game, ignoring the fact that there's a multiplayer aspect of the game that can and will affect by things like this. So moderated. There's other multiplayer games on PC. Lol. Oh my goodness.
the online mode. For now, it's strictly offline, it's just single player. The real reason why this isn't coming to PC is because they're not only counting for PC players who have PS5s to go and buy the game twice when the inevitable PC release comes out with all manner of new graphical bells and whistles,
Yeah, but they don't want people modding the game. That's why. Because we all know when you have PC, you have like games like GTA RP and all that shit, which is basically modding versions. So they don't want people to mod their games, so they're gonna put they don't really like PC people.
But also, if they did release the game on PC, all this Ultimate Edition bullshit would be useless. You would be made completely futile because not only would you have mods to be able to make any vehicle you want yours, you'd also have mods unlocking those locked stores because again, you can bet your sweet nuts that Rockstar isn't adding anything with this. I bet that on the base install of the game, all those things are in there already. It's just that they have a little magical digital lock that modders will be able to get rid of before 3 o'clock. But also on top of that, given a week or two after launch, websites like Nexus Mods and beyond would be loaded with new GTA 6 mods for clothing, vehicles, decals, airplanes, jetpacks, Thomas the Tank Engine trains,
and they'll make like a GTA 6 RP. Like they'll make a GTA 6 RP, and then like people would do that, and that's the point. It's to control gamers. It's to constrict, is to basically suppress their creativity, suppress all that shit. They just want control. That's what they want.
Dragons, lightsabers, and pretty much anything else that you could ever imagine or look for. Rockstar and Take-Two have proven themselves to be duplicitous assholes who are more than willing of holding their own games hostage against you if it means making them a few extra shekels. Then, when they got something that meets their standards, and only then, do they go ahead and give people the PC version that they want. Even updates, when it came to doing next-gen updates, it feels like they can't do a next-gen update for free. They can only do it if they can sell you one more version of the game. And so it's stuff like this that has me very tired of pretending like we're basking in the glory of some altruistic, amazing, gamer-first company. They aren't gamer first, they're not even Rockstar community first. I actually feel like I even need to retract some of what I just said when it comes to modders, because ever since what happened with the Trilogy remaster, it created this uneasy sense where now, if you're a modder who wants to make content for GTA, you always have to think twice when it comes to what's acceptable and what's going to get you a cease and desist in the mail. In closing, it's been very annoying to browse social media over the past few days and see this company get absolutely glazed by lobotomites who either don't know what they're talking about or are just stupid. There's been so many cringe narratives I didn't even bother to save them, even though maybe I should have saved them because you guys might not even believe me. Like, would you have believed me if I told you that there's donkeys out there buying scalped versions of a digital game? I wouldn't. I would have said, Dez, you're just making shit up now. Hence the screenshot I had to dig up while editing. I've seen people do a class thing now, where if you're buying the standard edition, you're like a peasant not worth talking to, but if you're buying the ultimate edition, you are a total gigachad. You're based, like, yeah, it's based to bend over and let a company fleece you with 15 pieces of good content to justify the $100 price tag.
15 pieces of good content, 1/3 of them are freaking shops. 1/3 of those are freaking just basic shops, bro. Yeah, man. Cool.
and then one piece of content that actually feels like additional content. Apparently that's
Yeah, and that's the last one. That's like, okay, that's pretty cool because you're doing side missions to get like old cars and stuff to bring them back, and you get a reward, which is like, yeah, you get those cars basically like new, like brand new.
standard now. Is it really surprising that we got to where we got in modern gaming with all the scams these publishers run? See, I used to be younger and see these microtransactions and stuff, and I'd get mad like, oh, why are you doing this, Capcom, or whatever, right? And then years would pass and they would do it again, and I'd be thinking, man, how are they still doing this? It was a bad idea before. Well, turns out that they were doing it because morons were buying it. So why would they stop doing it? Why would they stop pushing more and more to see what's stuck?
Just like VC and like 2K. Just like VC and 2K, you got people buying VC, and I'm guilty of it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of buying VC too. So I'm guilty of it. So you got people, people complaining about, the why 2K is pushing microtransactions and all that shit. 'Cause I listen to 2K videos every now and then. Not as much as I used to, but every now and then. And people will complain about, the microtransactions and how 2K is basically forcing you to buy microtransactions because it takes so long to get it takes a long time to get a player to like a 99 overall. But it's like, well, obviously, because if people are gonna spend VC over and over and over again, then why would Take-Two change? Well, obviously Take-Two and Rockstar are pretty much hand in hand together. So it's like why would 2K change, right? We have people, like me and other idiots that will spend even more money on VC, like some of my friends do. But yeah, people who spend like a bunch of money on VC and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, well, and then those same people are gonna complain about, the prices and then, them promoting it, but it's like, well, obviously they're not gonna fucking change it because people will still buy the VC nonetheless, regardless.
Now with social media, we can finally see this in action as entire trends form between GTA 6 fanboys measuring each other's worth by which version of the game they bought, and how fast they bought it too. And how do they do it in the first place? How is it a trend? How do they know who's doing it? Well, because it became another trend to just pre-order the digital game, take a screenshot of the receipt, and post it on the internet so you could show all your friends, followers, and randos how you pre-ordered the game on PlayStation. On PlayStation, no less. The platform that just a couple of weeks ago was in the news for having to disclose how everything you buy is not actually yours. It's just a license that they can remove at any time, and that they can lock your access from it if their little online DRM check on the console fails. Yeah, that platform.
Yeah, and again, that's why people want physical media. That's why people want physical media because of this shit. Because at any time, any company can take it away from you. You get celebrated for some shit, and you have these fucking wokies getting complained about it. They can then they can take the fucking game off the damn thing. They can do it any fucking time, and it's annoying.
Very same platform that was actually in the news just this week, with a notice issued for all United Kingdom users that 550 purchased movies and TV shows will be completely deleted from their digital libraries. And no, guys, not unlisted like GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City, where if you already had it, you still keep it, you just can't buy it anymore. No, it's both unlisted, and then the shit that you bought with your money gets deleted from your library. It's just gone. But they'll get their money back, right? Of course not. Sony's official notification stated that there will be no refunds, no store credits, nor any other form of compensation for affected users because they're protected by that shit where you accept the terms and conditions whenever you buy a digital product, where you were never actually buying anything in the first place. You were renting at their convenience. And what happens when they decide that the convenience is over? Well, this is what happens. Oh, listen guys, real talk right now. If you're like me and you've been alive for a couple of decades buying a few digital movies and games here and there, I understand the mindset you might have where you're like, yeah, sure, it's not physically mine, but I'm sure these companies will never do anything drastic because that would be stupid of them. That would mean that they are screwing themselves up as well, because then people would just stop using their business and go elsewhere. I understand that mindset. I've had it for years, but that shit is over, okay? The golden age where you were allowed to actually own something, or at least have the illusion of owning something with some degree of safety, is coming to a very abrupt end. This thing with the movies is an example of that. What Ubisoft did with The Crew a couple of years ago is an example of that too. And as more
the excuse of, hey, we're trying to save the environment, right? Because obviously plastic is bad for the environment. So therefore, if unless you buy digital, you're gonna be helping the environment because you're not gonna be harming you're not gonna be harming any fucking trees or whatever by getting plastic or whatever. So yeah, environmentalism.
you got other games getting delisted because of licensing issues. These corporations don't care about that mindset because they've been slowly pushing us into relying on them fully. They've been destroying the physical media format, and they've been buying up competitors so that they can form a monopoly over media distribution. Enough that when they decide to take games or movies away from you, they know that you're not going to leave because you've got nowhere else to go, no other alternative. It's like, oh yeah, Sony, you took away a collection of hundreds of movies that I had on my account? Well, guess what? I'm never buying anything from your store ever again. Then GTA comes out, and lo and behold, you got no choice except to buy from their store because Rockstar and Take-Two are part of the same mafia, exacerbating the same problem by making sure physical copies don't exist. And yeah, sure, they're not the only ones. Remedy did the same thing with Alan Wake 2. Larian did the same thing with Baldur's Gate 3, although, W to them, they released it on disc later. So did Remedy, to be fair, but they took like forever. They took over a year, if I'm not mistaken, to launch theirs physically. Besides, doing it later doesn't do shit. They're still pushing the same agenda because launch and up to the first 3 to 6 months is when it matters most to have alternatives. Ah, but days, what about Steam? Everything is digital there too. Discounting indie developers which don't have the capital and resources for physical distribution? Yes, you are right. Everything is digital there too, and it's all technically licenses as well. If Valve ever nukes itself, your games are gone. You cannot access them. With that said, things work differently on PC, which is why I urge as many people as possible to invest into one, even if it's expensive. And shit, we all know how much more expensive they have gotten since the AI RAM situation. But it's worth it, because unlike those companies, Valve hasn't just been neutral, they've been downright pro-consumer. This inspires much more confidence that companies like Sony and individual publishers with their own platforms like EA, Ubisoft, etc. never had. But even if we get dark times ahead, where Valve becomes compromised and starts doing the same thing, then PC always has that trump card where you can turn your back on all these companies and get games through alternative means, including other smaller platforms, by the way. Like, I'm not just talking about sailing the high seas, even though sailing the high seas is the number one thing that these companies detest the most. It's the rogue factor that they know console users cannot turn to. That's why they love consoles. So with that said, look into building a physical library whenever you can. Like, if you're on console, just buy physical games whenever possible. And nobody's saying you can't buy digital games, but look up physical alternatives whenever you can, especially for games that you really like. Doing so doesn't just help secure yourself, but it also keeps the physical medium alive, which is literally the only thing holding up the balance in the market. I talked a lot about this in a video like nearly 2 years ago already. It's this one right here. It even goes over examples where physical media is cheaper than digital media. The physical medium is the only thing holding back an apocalypse of bad faith practices that'll go far beyond just higher prices. So with all that said and done, fellas, thank you all very much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Overall, it's stupid. GTA fanboys are fucking ridiculous because they're so starved for a new GTA. They were so starved for a new GTA because obviously all the delays and all that stuff. So they're starved. They were like fucking dying for some GTA, man, and it's really fucking sad. It's sad how people really just fucking go, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna end it right here. So I'm gonna end right here. So for the Fanfic. New chapter this week. I just finished editing up a chapter. So it's not a long chapter. It's like a little over 1K words. So it's not a long chapter, but it's something to get me started going up again. So new chapter this week. I just finished editing it, so by the end of this week I should be ready to release it. If I want, in case I wanted to add more stuff. And then yeah, Supergirl's trash. Don't watch it. Um, but yeah, besides that, I'm gonna end right here. Happy Canada Day. It's also the 6th anniversary of me releasing the first ever video on this channel. So it's been 6 years since I've been doing this YouTube thing. I would say I would say consistently, because obviously there's some months I don't even fucking post anything. But I would say semi consistently. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. Thanks so much for coming. I'll see you guys Saturday. Saturday is going to be the obsession, yeah, obsession slash anime watch stream, and then Sunday will probably be either cyberpunk. Yeah, probably cyberpunk Sunday. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm gonna end it right here. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'll see you guys Saturday. Peace out. Super Gold Trash. Bye bye.